Chapter 126. You treated my brother as ABD. Son Goku's face was covered in sweat, and his anger was growing more and more intense. Veins on his face were bulging, and flashes of lightning began to appear around him. A powerful force began to loom in Son Goku's body, and his hair began to turn golden, looming. Finally, in the next moment, it completely turned golden, and except for the bangs in front of the forehead that drooped down, the rest of the hair stood up. His eyes also changed from black to blue-green, and his whole body was filled with a golden aura. He raised his head and stared at Frieza with his cold eyes. What kind of change is this? Frieza can't sense chi, but he can sense the strange changes in Son Goku. Scion, you should be able to transform into a giant ape. What's going on? Vegeta was stunned. 497 had a look of shock on his face. Scion does have only the great ape transformation, but Super Saiyan is an exception. Kakarot has become a Super Saiyan. Vegeta muttered to himself, his body shaking uncontrollably. Frieza can't sense chi, but he can. He could sense the amazing aura emanating from Son Goku at this moment. That is a far more powerful aura than Frieza's. Is this the transformation of Super Saiyan? It's really amazing. Will the endless anger cause the S cells in the body to mutate and increase, turning into a Super Saiyan? Vegeta muttered to himself, what Castle said is true, anger can really turn you into a Super Saiyan. I have already reached the combat power limit of 3 million. If they can transform, then as the Prince of Saiyan and a talented warrior, I should be able to transform as well. Vegeta's eyes changed, and he began to recall the scene of the destruction of Planet Vegeta. Planet Vegeta was destroyed, all the Saiyans were destroyed, and he had to kneel before Frieza like a dog and be driven by him. His pride as a Saiyan prince was constantly being trampled on. After encountering Son Goku, he fell from the clouds to the bottom of the valley. These two low-level Saiyan warriors, guys who were exiled since childhood, actually surpassed him in combat power, and the gap was getting bigger and bigger. He wanted to become immortal through Dragon Ball, but was repeatedly frustrated. In the end, he had to sign a contract with Son Goku and rely on Son Goku's help to develop his potential. What made him even more angry was that Son Goku, the younger brother of Son Goku, transformed into a Super Saiyan before him. Why? Why is this happening? He is the Prince of Saiyan, he is the most gifted warrior king among Saiyan. Why did fate play tricks on him again and again, causing him to suffer setbacks and be surpassed by the lower-level soldiers who looked down on him? Why? Ah! Endless rage surged from Vegeta's heart, and he let out an unwilling roar towards the sky. Lightning flashed on his body, and golden flames suddenly rose. His hair turned golden like Son Goku, and his eyes turned blue-green. Super Saiyan. Vegeta also transformed into a Super Saiyan. What's going on? Frieza was completely shocked. Son Goku and Vegeta transformed one after another. What's going on with this golden hair transformation? A terrible thought emerged in Frieza's mind, and his gaze towards Son Goku and Vegeta became more and more horrified. Super Saiyan. That's right. Vegeta responded loudly, Frieza, I am the Super Saiyan Prince who awakened from anger, Vegeta. You have brought humiliation upon me for so long, today I will repay you 100-fold. Vegeta said as he flashed in front of Frieza and punched him directly, sending Frieza flying like a sandbag. Just as he was about to continue chasing, he suddenly clenched his fist and Son Goku appeared beside him. Vegeta, Frieza is mine. I want to avenge my brother. Son Goku's voice was filled with endless anger and was extremely cold. Vegeta frowned, snorted, pulled his wrist out of Son Goku's hand, and curled his lips. Okay, Kakarot, I'll let you take over Frieza. After all, we were able to become Super Saiyans thanks to Castle's self-sacrifice. Who said I was going to sacrifice? A cold shout suddenly came from the bottomless pit below. Vegeta and Son Goku's bodies shook at the same time, and they suddenly lowered their heads to look into the huge pit. I saw a ball of golden and green gas slowly floating out from the huge bottomless pit, and the person wrapped in the golden and green flames was Son King Fi. And it was Son Goku who had already broken through and turned into a Super Saiyan. But Son Goku's appearance at this moment is somewhat different from that of an ordinary Super Saiyan. His hair is not golden, but has a hint of green in it, just like his aura, which is golden green. His eyebrows are golden like those of ordinary Super Saiyans. His eyes are blue-green, and his muscles are much more bloated than those of Son Goku and Vegeta, making his body look slightly stronger. But the energy emanating from his body is significantly stronger than that of Son Goku. Castle, has he also reached Super Saiyan? But why does his transformation seem different from ours? Vegeta's eyes narrowed slightly, full of surprise and confusion. He could clearly feel that Son Goku's aura was superior to his, but it was not surprising. Son Goku said that Super Saiyan is a transformation that increases combat power 50 times. Son Goku's basic combat power is already higher than his, so it will naturally be higher after the transformation. This is easy to understand. But what happened to Son Goku? Before transforming into Super Saiyan, the fighting power of the two brothers, Son Goku and Son Goku, should be about the same. Why is there such a big difference after the transformation? What makes Vegeta even more surprised is that Son Goku's transformed form is a little different from him and Son Goku. The energy on his body is full of a violent sense of aggression. Vegeta feels that Son Goku's transformation seems to be better than his and Son Goku's. Son Goku's transformation is indeed different from Son Goku and Vegeta. To be honest, he didn't understand what was going on. When he was hit by Frieza's destructive energy ball just now, he really thought he was dead, and his heart was filled with regret, unwillingness, and anger. It was under such circumstances that he regained his previous feeling and even went a step further. Finally, I became a Super Saiyan. However, it is a little different from the ordinary Super Saiyan. Too many things to do today. I was busy trying to catch the train, so I wrote this at subway stations and train stations. Now I'm still typing on the train. I promised to update 5 chapters at least, and there will definitely be one more. Chapter 127. The combat power is not just increased by 50 times, but close to 80 times. I feel that my body's resistance and defense have also been greatly improved, and my physical strength seems to be extremely abundant. There is no feeling of increased energy consumption after transforming into Super Saiyan. Could this be Chuan Chao's transformation? But that's not right. Wouldn't it be possible to lose one's mind if one transforms into a superhero? Although their strength, speed, stamina, and defense far exceed those of ordinary Super Saiyans, their sanity is lost, leaving only the instinct to fight and destroy. Son Goku is clearly still sane, and can even be said to be more awake than usual. What is going on? Perhaps, this is a transformation between the normal Super Saiyan and the legendary Super Saiyan? Son Goku didn't understand what was going on. But, one thing is for sure, this is definitely a good thing. It can make him stronger. Brother, you are not dead. That's great. I just thought you. Son Goku rushed to Son Goku and hugged him happily. What do you think I am? Are you cursing me? Your brother, won't die that easily. Son Goku laughed and patted Son Goku on the back. After letting him go, he looked Son Goku up and down and said, Goku, not bad. You have become a Super Saiyan too. That's great. It was indeed good. Son Goku found a hint of green in Son Goku's golden aura. It was not as conspicuous as his own golden green aura, but it was indeed green. A normal Super Saiyan transformation would never look like this. Look at Vegeta, there isn't even a hint of green in his golden aura. In other words, in addition to himself, Son Goku's transformation has also changed and started to transform into the legendary Super Saiyan. In other words, this is another more effective transformation different from the legendary Super Saiyan. Although it sacrifices the ability to continuously increase the chi, it retains the sanity and can try stronger transformations in the future. Perhaps this is what is called atavism? Or rather, evolution? Vegeta, I didn't expect you to transform so quickly. You are worthy of being the prince of the Saiyan clan. In response to Son Goku's praise, Vegeta snorted in annoyance, feeling a little unhappy. Even though they both transformed into Super Saiyans, he still couldn't beat Son Goku and Son Goku. Was he going to always lag behind these two brothers? No. No way. He is the son of King Vegeta, a talented warrior among the Saiyans, and he will never lag behind the two lower-level warriors, Son Goku and Son Goku. Swish! A gas bomb flew from a distance. Son Goku's expression changed. He waved his hand and sent the gas bomb flying, and it exploded in the distance. The gas bullet was fired by Foley. How dare you guys ignore me? Damn it! That's right. Just ignore. Frieza felt deeply ignored. Son Goku, and Vegeta were chatting in front of him as if no one was around, not taking him seriously at all. Unforgivable. Hateful. Even if you become the legendary Super Saiyan, I, King Frieza, will kill you all. With a loud roar, Lisa rushed towards Sun Wufei and the other two. Sun Wufei smiled, "Don't interfere, I will finish this guy off myself. From beginning to end." Having said that, without waiting for Son Goku and Vegeta's consent, he shot out and kicked Frieza. Ah! It was so fast and so fierce that Frieza had no time to react at all. With a scream, he flew back at an even faster speed. Bang! Hateful! Forcing himself to steady himself, Frieza wanted to fight back in anger, but there was no sign of Son Goku. "Are you looking for me?" The voice came from behind, and Frieza was so frightened that his scalp went numb. He turned around abruptly and raised his leg to attack, but his lower back was hit hard again, and he rolled in the air like a rolling gourd. Impossible! This is impossible! In terms of speed, strength, and destructive power, Goku completely crushed Frieza in all aspects, and Frieza went crazy. After stabilizing his body, he rushed up like mad, using all his strength to attack Sun Wufei. Sito! But he didn't even touch the corner of Sun Wufei's clothes. Too slow. Really too slow. Sun Wufei's gaze was filled with deep contempt amidst his arrogance. "Is this your 100% full strength? It's just like a child swinging his fist. Frieza, you disappoint me so much. But, damn it! How could this happen?" Frieza retreated, panting heavily. Son Goku, who was surrounded by golden-green flames, was as strong as a monster. His attack did not pose any threat to Sun Wufei at all. Why is this happening? It's very simple. Before I became a Super Saiyan, I could fight you. After I became a Super Saiyan, my strength increased dozens of times, far surpassing you. Sun Wufei sneered, "In my eyes, you are just like a pitiful ant now. Frieza, you ice demons are indeed powerful. But, the potential of us Saiyans is far greater than you can imagine." Sun Wufei clenched his fists. "Today, I will completely destroy you, the guy who caused the entire universe to panic." Die! Swish! His body suddenly accelerated, and Sun Wufei appeared in front of Frieza. He threw an uppercut with his right fist, hitting Frieza's lower abdomen hard, and the fist sank deeply into it. Oh, oh ah! Frieza's eyeballs were about to pop out. The power of this punch was so great that even with his body, he couldn't withstand it. He was just a little bit away from being penetrated by the circle. Boom! A powerful force of thunder and lightning suddenly erupted from Sun Wufei's fist. Frieza's body could no longer bear it and was pierced through. Large pieces of flesh and blood rushed out from Frieza's back along with dazzling light of thunder and fire. How could it be? I am the Emperor of the Universe. Frieza! How could I die at the hands of a lowly Saiyan monkey? Life force quickly disappeared from Frieza's eyes. The lightning and fire power that burst out from Sun Wufei's punch directly wiped out all his life force. Bang! A large piece of golden flames enveloped Frieza's body. Although his lifeless body was strong, it could not withstand the burning of the golden flames. Soon, a scent of meat wafted out from Frieza's roasted body. Extract! With a thought, Sun Wufei activated the special ability of the Golden Finger, and all the vital energy in Frieza's body was sucked into the endless space in his right hand. Frieza's body weathered away bit by bit and turned into flying ash all over the sky. The Emperor of Universe, Frieza, was completely destroyed. Chapter 127. Frieza is dead. On King Kai Star, King Kai suddenly muttered to himself, then danced and cheered. Frieza was killed by that guy Goku. Ah ha 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 ha. Really? Goku really killed Frieza. Brother Wu Fei is so awesome. I knew Wu Fei wouldn't die so easily. Hey, this guy is really something. Yamcha, Tian Xinyan, and Jiaozi excitedly held hands and spun in circles. But there is a very serious problem. Namek is about to explode. Suddenly, King Kai stopped cheering, his face became serious. In 2 minutes at most, Namek will explode. Scions cannot survive in the universe, even Super Scions. Ballot box with check mark. The three Yamchas looked at each other in bewilderment. Didn't Wu Fei and the others go there on the universe spaceship? Their spaceship, which Wu Fei gave to Gohan before, was moved to Earth along with Gohan. What? What should we do then? On Namek, Vegeta and Son Goku were also anxiously looking for the universe spaceship. No. It's nowhere. Castle, why are you fighting with Frieza here? Now you've destroyed his universe spaceship. Sion cannot survive in the universe, we can't hold our breath for long. Son Goku's face was also solemn. Sun Wufei, however, looked calm and unhurried, groping in his belt pocket. There should be a few left. K-Cell, what are you doing? Hurry up and find the universe spaceship. Do you want to die here together? Vegeta yelled at Sun Gofei. Vegeta, don't be impatient. Sun Wufei finally found a universal capsule, and this is the only one left. The others all fell and were destroyed in the fight with Frieza. I don't know which universe spaceship is inside. By the way, it must be Sion's universe spaceship. The large universe spaceship he took when he came here was given to Gohan. Sun Wufei opened the universal capsule, and sure enough, it was Sion's one-person universe spaceship. There is only one universe spaceship, what should we do? How about squeezing in? Sun Wufei scratched his head. Only one. Vegeta and Son Goku looked at each other in bewilderment. This universe spaceship was already crowded enough for 2 people, and 3 people. Making Zhongzi? There's nothing we can do. There's only one ship. Vegeta, it's up to you to decide. Either squeeze in with us or stay and wait to die. Sun Wufei shrugged and opened the hatch. Castle, where did you get the spaceship? Vegeta asked with a frown. This is the Jinya Force's spaceship. I originally collected 5 of them, but now I only have this one left. Let's go. This planet is going to explode. Son Goku urged, and then he and Son Goku went in one after another. Vegeta, if you don't come in, we will leave you alone. TD. Vegeta showed an awkward look on his face, but after gritting his teeth, he still went in. Vegeta, please be gentle, there's no room for more. I want to set the destination. Damn it. I can't reach it. Forget it, just start it directly. No matter where you go, it's up to fate. The universe spaceship started up and suddenly rushed into the sky. Almost at the same time, the entire Namek exploded and turned into the dust of the universe in the brilliant flames. On the King Kai star. Hey! King Kai heaved a sigh of relief, wiped the sweat from his forehead, turned to the anxious Tien Shinyan and the other 2 and said, it's all right now. That kid Son Gofei actually secretly hid a universe spaceship of the Jinya Force. Now the 2 brothers and Vegeta are all on the spaceship and are flying to Yardrat. Yardrat? What is that place? Yamcha and the other 2 were stunned. Why are Wufei and the others going to Yardrat? That should be the planet that the Jinya Force originally wanted to attack, but Frieza called them to Namek on short notice. After Gofei and the others boarded the spaceship, they flew to Yardrat by default. King Kai said, and suddenly a strange smile appeared on his face. Perhaps, it's not an accident. Although the people of Yardrat are not very powerful in combat, they have many strange skills. Maybe Wu Fei did it on purpose. Hey! According to that kid's personality, it's really possible. King Kai did not make this guess known, but informed Bulma and others on Earth of the situation. Then, he used King Kai's special ability to contact Son Gofei and the other 2. Sure enough, the 3 of them said that they would stay on Yardrat for a while and would naturally return to Earth after some time. The Namek people temporarily lived in Bulma's capsule company and used their last 10 wishes to bring Piccolo, who had fled to another planet, back to Earth. Piccolo originally wanted to rush to the battlefield to fight Frieza, but after hearing King Kai's message about Frieza's power during the flight, he gave up the idea. Later, he learned that Son Gofei killed Frieza, so he simply found a universe ship left behind by Frieza's army and escaped from Namek before the planet exploded, but he wandered to other planets, so of course he had to bring him back. Otherwise, if Piccolo died, the Earth God would also die, and Dragon Ball would disappear. After another 130 days, Shenron Porunga of Namek recovered and restored Namek. Then he used Earth's Dragon Ball to revive the Namek people who were killed by Frieza and his gang, and Namek's Shenron Porunga transferred all the Namek people to the restored new Namek. After that, the Earth temporarily returned to peace, but Son Goku and Son Wufei never returned to Earth. Every time they contacted, Son Wufei's answer was that it would take some time, and he and Son Goku were studying. As for what to learn, neither Son Goku nor Son Wufei said anything. Bulma and Tais could only wait patiently for the 2 brothers on Earth. In a flash, a year has passed since the Namek War. On this day, Son Gohan was training in the gravity room. Son Gohan has already told Son Gohan the method of transforming into a Super Saiyan through King Kai. Now what Son Gohan lacks, besides the basic combat power of transformation, is the ability to control his anger. The effect is still very significant. At one point, Son Gohan almost transformed successfully. Son Gohan believed that as long as he continued to practice, he would definitely be able to transform into a Super Saiyan just like his uncle said. Hey? What's this aura? Such a powerful aura, so evil. It's coming from the starry sky. Chapter 129. The sequence number in the previous chapter was wrong, it was 128 instead of 127, I was so busy that I lost my mind. Two extremely powerful energies are rapidly approaching the Earth from the starry sky. Is this Frieza's aura? No, it's not Frieza. It's very similar to Frieza, but much more evil than his. Damn it! How could this happen? Son Gohan ran out of the gravity room. At the same time, Sunbula, Bulma, Taisai, and others also ran out. Did Uncle Piccolo sense it? Son Gohan looked towards the northern mountains with a heavy face. Two evil spirits as evil as Frieza are approaching the northern mountains. Of course I felt it. That energy is stronger than Frieza's. Piccolo's voice rang out, and his figure appeared next to Son Gohan, along with Krillin. What's going on? Besides Frieza, there is actually such a villain. Dad and Uncle haven't come back yet. Damn it! Son Gohan gritted his teeth, looks like I'm the only one who can stop them. Uncle Piccolo, Uncle Krillin, let's go. With a terrifying aura rising from his body, Son Gohan soared into the sky and flew towards the northern mountainous area that sensed the evil force. We should go and take a look. The old man is not here. We must protect the earth for them. Krillin gritted his teeth and took off into the air with Piccolo, following Gohan. At this moment, in the starry sky of the universe, a huge universe spaceship is flying towards the earth. The three people on the spaceship were none other than Son Goku, and Vegeta. The three of them were now wearing clothes from the planet Ydrit. Kaisel, how long will it take us to reach Earth? Vegeta asked impatiently. We can use instant transmission to return to Earth directly, why do we have to take the universe ship? Instant transmission, we can just use it when it matters. We can definitely make a grand entrance, so going back too early would lose the point. Sun Yufei laughed, but what he thought in his heart was completely different from what he said. He was not thinking about making a grand appearance, but wanted to confirm one thing. Will future Trunks appear? Because of his appearance, this Dragon Ball world is very different from the original Dragon Ball world. It can be said that it has become a parallel universe to the main Dragon Ball universe. Will the Trunks from other parallel universes come to this universe to stop Frieza's brother Cooler and Frieza's father King Cold? This will play a vital role in the future development of the history of the Dragon Ball world. Brother, are you saying that Frieza's clan is the Ice Demon clan? Why are all the people in this clan so bad? They have to plan to attack the earth. Son Goku muttered while eating the fruit given by the Ydrit people. They don't necessarily want to attack the earth because they think we are on earth. Sun Yufei shook his head slightly, none of the guys in this clan are good people. This time, we can kill Cooler and King Cold at the same time. Castle, you seem to have known that Cooler and King Cold would come to earth. Vegeta looked at Son Goku with some confusion. They were having a great time learning special skills on the planet Ydrit, but Son Goku insisted on leaving and returning to Earth, saying that something terrible would happen on Earth and they had to go back to rescue. This puzzled Vegeta. What's even more outrageous is that this guy actually forced me to go to Earth with him, saying that he was atonement for his previous invasion of Earth. He is Saiyan Prince Vegeta, okay? He is not a Saiyan who grew up on Earth like Son Goku and Son Yufei. What does the life or death of the Earth have to do with him? Having said that, Vegeta finally compromised and returned to Earth with Son Goku and Son Yufei. My brother has the ability to predict the future, this must have been predicted by him. Son Goku swallowed the fruit in his mouth and muttered. It's this damn predictive ability again. Vegeta gritted his teeth, so you know how to transform into a Super Saiyan, right? Tell me honestly, what will happen next? Son Yufei spread his hands, I'm not sure either. The future is not set in stone, and everything we do now may change the future. While the three were talking, Cooler and King Cold's spaceship had already landed in the northern mountainous area of the Earth. Son Gohan and others also came nearby. Is this Earth? It looks pretty good. King Cold and Cooler flew out of the spaceship, looked around, and nodded. The Super Saiyan who killed Frieza grew up here. That idiot Frieza. I reminded him a long time ago that no Saiyan could be left alive and that every one of them must be destroyed, but he just wouldn't listen, and that's why he ended up being torn to pieces. Cooler snorted coldly, but it doesn't matter. We will help him avenge this idiot. If you dare to attack someone from our clan, you must be prepared to die. Everyone, spread out and kill all the people on Earth. Following Cooler's roar, his soldiers scattered in all directions. Son Gohan couldn't help it, and rushed out with a sudden roar, knocking down the scattered Legion soldiers one after another. Who are you? What's your relationship with Frieza? Why are you here to cause trouble on Earth? Son Gohan was filled with energy and yelled at Cooler and King Cold. Who are you? You have good fighting ability. Cooler looked at Son Gohan with some surprise. Being able to knock all the soldiers to the ground in an instant, Son Gohan's strength was indeed very strong. My name is Son Gohan, the son of Son Goku. You guys, get out of the earth right now, otherwise, don't blame me for being rude to you. Son Gohan's aura began to change. He has been training according to the method Son Goku told him for the past year, in order to become a Super Saiyan like Son Goku and Son Goku, and protect the earth when the two are away. But it's always just a little bit short. At this moment, under the powerful pressure of Cooler and King Cold, Gohan unexpectedly reached the critical point of anger. Trunks didn't show up. Outside the Earth, in the spaceship, Son Goku frowned. It seemed that this Dragon Ball world really didn't have much connection with the main Dragon Ball universe. Come to think of it, Bulma is already his wife, and they have a lovely daughter, Sunbula, so of course Vegeta has no chance. And because of his joining, the future of this Dragon Ball world will definitely be very different, and it would not be surprising if Trunks does not return. However, Son Gohan's performance surprised Son Goku. This kid seems to be becoming a Super Saiyan. Chapter 130. Brother, let's instant transmission over there quickly, otherwise Gohan and the others will be in trouble. Son Goku urged. No hurry. Son Goku shook his head. Goku, don't you think this is a good opportunity for Gohan to break through and become a Super Saiyan? Gohan has broken through to Super Saiyan, this kid's ki has indeed reached the limit of transformation. Maybe it's time for him to transform. After sensing it for a while, Son Goku nodded and suppressed the urge to instant transmission. Hey! Kakarote's son is really talented, maybe it's time to change. Vegeta also nodded, and suddenly, he inexplicably felt a sense of envy. Perhaps, it's time to find a woman on Earth to give birth to the next generation. Above the Earth, Gohan was struck by lightning, and his hair and eyebrows instantly turned golden, and his eyes turned blue-green. Super Saiyan! He broke through. Powerful energy continued to surge out of Son Gohan's body, and the energy surrounding him was even stronger than when Son Goku broke through. Gohan, this kid, really made a breakthrough. Son Goku sensed the powerful energy coming from the earth and was a little surprised, but soon a look of relief appeared in his eyes. It is an honor for him that his child is so strong. If one day Son Gohan can really surpass him, that would be even more gratifying, wouldn't it? Okay, it's almost time for us to go on stage. Letting Gohan fight two of them alone is a bit too much for the kid. As Son Wufei spoke, he activated instant transmission and disappeared from the spaceship. Brother, wait for me. Son Goku yelled, then activated instant transmission and followed. These two bastards. They left me behind again. Vegeta cursed inwardly and followed. During the year on Yadrit, the three of them learned a lot of special skills, including instant transmission and fusion, as well as an attribute shield. It is to condense a protective shield based on the properties of each chi, which can temporarily isolate all damage. Unless the destructive force is far greater, the protective shield will not be broken. Moreover, this protective shield can allow them to survive in a vacuum environment for a considerable period of time, which is similar to the vacuum survival ability of Frieza's clan. If Son Goku wasn't in a hurry to come back, Vegeta would have wanted to learn more skills on Yadrit. Earth, Northern Mountainous Area. Cooler and King Cold both showed shock in their eyes as they watched Son Gohan transform into a Super Saiyan. Another Super Saiyan. King Cold's face was gloomy. Don't Super Saiyans appear once every 1,000 years? How come so many of them suddenly appeared? Dad, the information shows that this kid is called Son Gohan. He is the son of Super Saiyan Son Goku. Perhaps, he inherited his father's talent. Cooler's face didn't look good either, but besides shock, he was filled with murderous intent. Before those three guys come back, kill this brat first. Our clan is the strongest in this universe. Super Scions are absolutely not allowed to exist. Astonishing energy burst out from his body, and Cooler directly transformed into his final form. His final form requires one more transformation than Frieza's, and his body becomes larger and more earthy. Starting from the head, 4 horns extend backwards, the mouth is covered by a mask, the eyes turn red and the pupils disappear, and the other 2 shoulders protrude like chest protectors, and 2 horns grow from the back. The arms grow like knife-like protrusions, and the strength is further improved, and the combat power is almost 4 times that of Frieza. In the distance, Piccolo's expression changed instantly, so strong. Much stronger than Frieza. Gohan is no match for him. Son Gohan's current ki is stronger than when Son Goku just transformed into a Super Saiyan, but he is not as strong as Son Goku. Naturally, he will not be a match for Cooler in his perfect form. But he won't back down. Ah! With a roar, Son Gohan rushed towards Cooler. A rapid attack. Cooler just dodged easily and avoided all of Son Gohan's attacks. With a backhand punch, Son Gohan was knocked flying, and the Duke was smashed to pieces like a mountain. Gohan! Piccolo screamed, rushed over from a distance, and dug Son Gohan out of the rubble. Just one punch. With just one punch, Son Gohan was seriously injured, and even his Super Saiyan state was knocked back, turning him back into his normal form. Request flowers. Uncle Piccolo. I'm sorry, he's too strong, I can't beat him. Gohan said weakly with blood on the corner of his mouth. Gohan, stop talking. In Piccolo's eyes, there was uncontrollable anger and pain, as well as resentment towards his own weak strength. Why? Why is he so weak? If he wasn't so weak, he could stand up and protect Gohan instead of Gohan protecting him. Gohan wouldn't be injured this badly. He is still a child. Wow! You're still alive after taking my punch. Not bad, not bad. Super Saiyan, you really have some skills. Cooler's mouth curled up into an evil smile, but, you Scions can only deal with that loser Frieza. Compared to me, Cooler, you are just a worthless wild monkey. I'll send you off first, and then I'll kill those 3 Scions. Let the Scion clan be completely exterminated in the universe. Oink oink. Multiple death rays shot out from Cooler's hands, shooting towards Son Gohan and Piccolo. Can't avoid. Piccolo is totally unavoidable. Didn't even see it clearly. Completion. With despair in his eyes, Piccolo waited for the moment of severe pain and death, but that moment never came. 2 figures stood in front of him and Gohan, blocking all of Cooler's multiple death rays. Goku. Piccolo's eyes suddenly widened, and he looked at the 2 figures in front of him in disbelief, muttering to himself. Hey, Piccolo. Long time no see. Son Wufei turned around and gave Piccolo a wicked smile. Did you miss us? Son Goku smiled cheerfully as always. Sorry, I came back a little late, luckily you are all okay. It's really you. You're back. Piccolo finally believed that it was really Son Goku and Son Wufei who returned. But how did these 2 brothers appear? He didn't even feel the slightest fluctuation of chi. The 2 of them appeared in front of him silently. It's so shocking. Chapter 131. Dad, Uncle, you are finally back. Son Gohan's eyes also lit up, filled with tears of excitement. He really thought he was going to say goodbye to this world forever and would never see his father and uncle again. Gohan, you've grown up. Very good. Son Goku reached out his hand, lifted Son Gohan up, and shouted to Krillin in the distance, Krillin, did you bring senzu beans? Bring it, bring it. Krillin finally reacted, flew out from behind the rock where he was hiding, came in front of Son Gohan, and fed a senzu bean to Gohan. This energy is... Suddenly, Krillin looked to the side and back as if he had realized something. Who else could that person standing on a cliff be if not Vegeta? Vegeta has also come to Earth. Should he come back with the brothers Son Goku and Son Goku? Boss, how did you come back? How come I didn't notice it at all? Among all people, Krillin's ability to sense chi is second only to Son Goku and Son Wufei. Even Piccolo's sensing ability is not as good as his. But he didn't notice how Sun Wufei and the other two appeared at all. It was as if the three of them appeared out of thin air in the blink of an eye. Well, I'll tell you slowly later. Sun Wufei smiled and turned to look at Cooler. His expression suddenly darkened. Now, I have to get rid of those annoying flies first. Annoying fly? Are you talking about yourself? Cooler's eyes flashed coldly, and he sneered, you are the Super Saiyan Sun Gofei, right? Don't think that Super Saiyan is so great. In my eyes, you are just a wild monkey. Before Cooler could finish his words, Sun Wufei was already standing in front of him, only 1 meter away from him. At the same time, his hair instantly turned golden green, his body expanded a little, and he directly entered the Super Saiyan state. During the year on Yudrit, Sun Wufei completely understood his current state, which is an advanced form even higher than the legendary Super Saiyan. It can be called a super evolutionary state. Although he lost the ability to continuously increase his chi, he retained his sanity. His speed, strength, defense, resistance, and destructive power are all higher than those of an ordinary Super Saiyan. The key is that Sun Wufei feels that this state can continue forever. In other words, when he evolves to the second or third stage of Super Saiyan in the future, he will be able to remain in the traditional super evolution state. At each stage, it is stronger than the corresponding stage of ordinary Super Saiyan. Cooler was shocked, he didn't even see how Sun Wufei appeared in front of him. Me what? Sun Wufei had a sneer on his face. A hole. Cooler was angry, no one dared to underestimate him. Never. Cooler threw a punch and hit Sun Wufei hard in the face. He wants to severely injure Sun Gofei with one punch like Sun Gohan did. No, it's a one-punch kill. The fist with violent force was about to land on Sun Wufei's face, and a ferocious and smug smile appeared in Cooler's eyes. Bang! A hand appeared in front of Sun Wufei's face and caught Cooler's fist steadily. Didn't you eat? Sun Wufei grinned and laughed. The next moment, a heavy kick landed on Cooler's stomach. This is how you should hit someone. Cooler's right hand was still held by Sun Wufei, but his body flew backwards, his right arm was broken at the root, and the blood spurted out, directly cracking the 10 mountains in the distance. On the ground, there was a deep, bloody gully. Humph! So vulnerable. With a disdainful snort, Sun Wufei wanted to get rid of Cooler, but after thinking about it, he changed his mind. It contains a lot of energy after all. It would be a shame to throw it away. A golden flame appeared on his palm, instantly roasting Cooler's broken wall. Sun Wufei activated the golden finger skill to draw the essence contained in it into the infinite space in his right palm. Cooler's right arm turned into ashes and disappeared from everyone's sight. Hiss! There was a sound of people gasping for air, followed by loud cheers. Such a strong Cooler had one arm crippled by Sun Wufei's kick. He was severely injured, much more miserable than Sun Gohan just now. It's so satisfying. No, it's impossible, cough cough. Cooler suddenly rushed out from the ruins, covered in wounds. The kick that Sun Wufei had just delivered not only caused him to lose his right arm, but also caused irreversible fatal injuries to his body. His current anger is not even half of what it was before. How can you have such a powerful force? You guess. Sun Wufei raised his eyebrows, but I don't think you can guess it, so don't guess it, just die peacefully. What? Before Cooler could finish his question, an arm came out from his chest. It's Sun Wufei's arm. The golden-green flames swirled around him, shattering all the vitality in his body. Cooler couldn't believe it until his death. Sun Wufei actually ran behind him without him noticing, and killed him with one punch. The golden flames suddenly enveloped Cooler. After being roasted, all his energy was extracted by Sun Gofei. Just like Frieza in the past, a gust of wind blew and he was turned into ashes. La! King Cold was completely stunned. Cooler's combat power is approaching 500 million. He is the most powerful warrior of their frozen demon clan, even he is far inferior to him. But in Sun Wufei's hands, he was so vulnerable that one punch broke his arm, and another punch took his life. Is this the legendary Super Saiyan? So scary. This is simply a nightmare. 0.8 Don't worry, it will be your turn soon. Sun Wufei said, and moved to King Cold. Tell me, how do you want to die? RKT. King Cold's body began to tremble, and he stepped back unconsciously. Suddenly, he fell to his knees on the ground. Please spare me, I will give you the entire solar system, no, the entire Milky Way, no, all the planets, as long as you like them. I'll give it all to you. As long as you forgive me. I promise that I will never appear in front of you again. Sun Wufei frowned. He didn't expect King Cold to be such a coward. He actually knelt down and begged for mercy. Brother, he admitted his mistake, how about you spare his life? In the distance, Son Goku spoke. Goku, have you forgotten what I told you? Chapter 132. Sun Wufei looked at Son Goku, his expression darkened, eliminate all evil. When dealing with the enemy, you must never be soft-hearted. If we don't make it back today, what do you think will happen to Gohan and the others? Son Goku was speechless and remained silent. He knew that Sun Wufei was right, but he just couldn't bear to do it. Go to hell. Seeing that there was no hope of begging for mercy, King Cold's eyes showed an extremely resentful and ferocious look. He suddenly roared and fired a series of energy bombs at Sun Wufei. Boom boom boom. The violent explosion completely submerged Sun Wufei's body. Ha 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 ha. No matter how powerful you are, you'll be dead if you're hit by this move of mine, right? King Cold laughed triumphantly, panting a little. The attack just now consumed a lot of his energy. The smoke and dust dissipated, revealing Sun Wufei's unharmed body, with even his clothes not damaged at all. Are you trying to tickle me by attacking me like this? Sun Wufei grinned. King Cold's lips trembled, and an expression of disbelief and despair appeared on his face. No, it's impossible. 23 He turned and flew into the air, wanting to rush out of the earth and into the universe directly. In this way, he could escape with the powerful adaptability of the Ice Demon clan to survive in a vacuum. Unfortunately, Sun Wufei never intended to give him this opportunity. Lonesome waves. Directly use the Kamehameha wave to hit King Cold. No. King Cold felt the huge energy fluctuation coming from behind him and turned back in horror, but he could no longer avoid the bombardment of the Kamehameha wave. Amid screams, his entire body was hit by the Kamehameha wave and turned into ashes in the destructive light wave. Oh, I was too harsh. Such a good physical energy was wasted. After killing King Cold, Sun Wukong slammed his hand hard and got up in annoyance. But things returned to normal soon. Let it be a waste, there is already a lot of energy stored in the endless space in his right hand. It is estimated that this should be able to bring both his and Son Goku's potential and stamina to the limit of the orange legendary level. There are even some left over. As for the Legion Trash Cooler and King Cold brought, don't leave anyone behind. With a single stretch of his hand, Sun Wufei sucked in all the legionnaires lying on the ground, roasted them all, and drained their vitality. Hundreds of legionnaires were turned into ashes almost instantly. This scene is quite shocking. However, many people present had already seen Son Goku's ability, and Son Goku and Vegeta had seen it countless times and were no longer surprised. A catastrophe just passed. Bulma collected Cooler and King Cold's spaceships with a universal capsule, and everyone returned to Bulma's home in the Universal Capsule Company in Zidu. Goku, where have you been this year? Why didn't you let Shenron bring you back? Bulma looked at Son Goku and Goku with a look of dissatisfaction. Goku, look, your daughter almost doesn't recognize you. How is that possible? Sun Wufei laughed and hugged Sun Bula into his arms. It's impossible for my little princess to forget her father, right? Dad, I miss you so much. Sun Bula buried his head in Sun Wufei's arms, with a cute and innocent look on his face. Sun Wufei's heart is about to melt. It is said that a daughter is a father's little cotton-padded jacket, and this feeling is indeed true. Even for his daughter, he would never allow anyone to threaten the earth. Goku, you haven't answered me yet, where have you been this year? Why did Vegeta come with you? Bulma looked at Vegeta who was standing aside and was aloof and unsociable. It seems that she doesn't have a good impression of Vegeta. It went like this, we went to Idrit. Sun Wufei said, there was only one universe ship left at the time, and that was the universe ship of the Jinya Force, so the three of us had to squeeze in. Because of the limited space, Vegeta couldn't control the ship. He could only start it and fly according to the originally planned route. The Jinya Force originally wanted to attack Idrit, so the location was set to Idrit, and that's how we were brought to Idrit. Bulma frowned, I'm not asking you that, I'm asking why you didn't come back? Why did you wait for a year? Do you know how much bra and I miss you? As he spoke, his voice sounded a little aggrieved. Well, I didn't mean to not come back. It was mainly to learn some amazing skills. Sun Yufei laughed out loud, feeling overwhelmed. What he feared most was Bulma showing off her aggrieved little woman look, and it worked every time. What magical skill? Bulma became curious, and everyone else came over. Instant transmission, and a protective shield. As Sun Yufei spoke, a translucent purple-red cover suddenly appeared on his body, which was his lightning and fire protective shield. The Idrit people aren't very strong, but they have many incredible abilities. I learned this protective shield from them. As long as the difference in strength is not too big, it can basically protect against any attack. And most importantly, we all learned instant transmission. It's a skill that senses someone's aura and instantly moves across time and space to be next to that person. Pretty powerful, right? Sun Yufei showed off to everyone with some pride. Anyway, he is not the only one who went to Idrit, and he is not the only one who learned instant transmission and protective shield skills. If he doesn't say it, Son Goku and Vegeta will also learn it sooner or later. How far can we get there? Krillin asked excitedly. As long as I can sense the chi, it doesn't matter how far away I am. As Sun Yufei spoke, he disappeared in a flash, and reappeared a moment later. You're just using super speed to deceive everyone's eyes, Yufei. Your instant transmission is not very convincing. Piccolo snorted. Really? Look what this is. Sun Yufei put on a pair of sunglasses. This is Mr. Wu Tian's sunglasses. Krillin shouted, this place is more than 10,000 kilometers away from Kame House. How amazing! Everyone was amazed. Not only me, Goku and Vegeta have also learned it. Sun Gofei laughed, paused, and looked at Bulma. Bulma, lend me the Dragon Ball radar, I need to find the 7 Dragon Balls. What are you looking for the 7 Dragon Balls for? Gofei, do you have a wish that you want to fulfill? Well, heal Goku. I have been working outside these days and can only write at night. Please forgive me. Chapter 133. That's right. Just to cure Son Goku. Viral heart disease. This is a disease that even Super Saiyan cannot resist, but Shenron's power should be able to cure it. Because of my appearance, Trunks probably would not be born. Even if he was born, his mother would not be Bulma. It would naturally be impossible to make a time machine or something to allow him to return to the present era with special medicine to treat Son Goku. This has been established. So Sun Yufei prepared for a rainy day. We don't know how Son Goku got his viral heart disease, so there's no way to prevent it. I don't know if this has changed because of my appearance. It would be better to collect the Dragon Balls and ask Shenron. If you have it, you can get it treated right away. If you don't have it, you can rest assured, right? Can I get a viral heart attack? Son Goku was stunned by what Son Gofei said, and was completely confused. Brother, I am very strong, how could I get sick? Viral heart disease is a disease that even Super Saiyans cannot resist. In the future I foresee, you will die of viral heart disease in 3 years. Although I don't know if this will definitely happen, it's better to be prepared, right? Tais nodded repeatedly, and Bulma agreed, and she was worried that Son Gofei would also suffer from viral heart disease like Son Goku. With the help of the Dragon Ball radar, the 7 Dragon Balls were quickly collected. Shenron was summoned. Please eliminate the root cause of Son Goku and Son Goku's viral heart disease so that they will not develop the disease. Bulma made a wish to Shenron. This wish cannot be fulfilled. Shenron shook his head. Why? Everyone was shocked. Because only Son Goku has the pathogen of viral heart disease, and Son Gofei doesn't, I can't cure a disease that doesn't exist. Shenron's answer made Son Yufei roll his eyes. Shenron was breathing heavily when he spoke, which scared everyone. Then please eliminate the root cause of Son Goku's viral heart disease so that he won't get sick. Son Goku modified his wish. No problem, it's easy. Shenron said, his eyes lit up red, and then continued, Son Goku's viral heart disease has been cured and will not recur. Your wish has been fulfilled. Goodbye. Swish. Shenron dissipated, the 7 Dragon Balls scattered, and the sky was restored. My brother's prediction turned out to be correct. I really do have viral heart disease, haha. Son Goku scratched his head and laughed, looking heartless. I didn't feel like I had been through the gates of hell at all. Everyone looked at Son Yufei with different eyes. Even being able to foresee such a thing, Sun Wufi's special ability was really amazing. Brother, there shouldn't be anything to do next, right? Why don't we continue to train with Lord Kai? Instant transmission will allow us to go there directly. Son Goku's proposal. Sure, but you have to come back every day. Sun Wufi raised his finger. Don't forget, we agreed that in addition to training, you will spend 1 hour with your wife and 1 hour with your children every day. Son Goku's face turned bitter, but the next moment, he started laughing again. Gohan has become a Super Saiyan now, so I can take him to Lord Kai to train. Then I only need to stay with Tais for an hour. Hey, I have 1 more hour to practice than you, brother. Son Goku gave a victory sign to Son Gofiai. Son Wufiai was both angry and amused. It was just an extra hour of training. Was it necessary to be so happy? Spend time with your family, this is the responsibility of a man and a father. Goku, this guy, is really... K-Cell, Kakarot, where are you going to practice? Vegeta has nowhere to go on Earth, so he has been staying at Bulma's house these days. The more he interacted with Sun Wufiai and others, the more he got used to it, and he actually felt that this kind of life was not bad. I can practice in the gravity room designed by Bulma every day, have someone to provide me with enough food, and I can fight with the Sun Wufiai brothers from time to constantly improve myself. It's pretty good. It's much better than the past days of invasion and killing everywhere. Let's go to Lord Kai to train. Before Son Gofiai could say anything, Son Goku said quickly, take Gohan with you. King Kai? The guy who taught you Kaioken. Vegeta frowned. He already understood why Gofiai was able to fight against Frieza before he turned into a Super Saiyan, it was all because of Kaioken. This incredible Kung Fu increased Sun Wufiai's combat power to 20 times its original value, bringing Sun Wufiai's combat power to a level similar to that of Frieza. If he had this skill, he wouldn't have had to fear Frieza. Although becoming a Super Saiyan can increase the combat power by at least 50 times, which is far beyond Kaioken, who says that Super Saiyan can't be used at the same time as Kaioken. If they can be used at the same time, it would be incredible. The increase in combat power brought about is absolutely heaven-defying. I want to go to King Kai's planet with you guys. Let King Kai teach me Kung Fu too. Vegeta said. Go together? Vegeta, are you kidding me? You'll also become someone's apprentice. Sun Wufiai looked at Vegeta in surprise. Is this still the Vegeta who is so arrogant and never admits defeat? As long as he can teach me Kaioken, there's nothing wrong with that. Vegeta snorted, you even took Gohan with you, don't even think about leaving me behind. Okay, come if you want to. Sun Wufiai laughed. Vegeta looked like he was afraid of being left far behind by the two brothers again. Alright, let Vegeta train under King Kai as well, and see what level this guy can reach. Goodly, just like that, Son Goku and Son Goku teleport to King Kai's planet with Vegeta, Son Gohan and others. What? Vegeta is coming to train too? Gofiai, are you kidding me? King Kai was very surprised by Vegeta's decision. Considering Vegeta's arrogance, he would come to King Kai's planet to become his disciple. This sounded like a fairy tale. Do I look like I'm kidding? He was the one who strongly requested this, I can't stop him. Sun Wufiai shrugged his shoulders, King Kai, don't forget that Vegeta has also learned instant transmission. If he wants, he can find our chi and follow us at any time. We can't stop him. King Kai was speechless and could only use his trump card, letting Son Gohan and Vegeta tell jokes before teaching them. As a result, Vegeta and Son Gohan passed easily. In this way, King Kai Star welcomed Son Gofiai and 4 others after Tien Shinyan and his 3 companions. Chapter 134. Gofiai, how come you can maintain your Super Saiyan status even when eating? It's not that serious. Bulma looked at Sun Wufiai with an accusing look on her face, if you didn't know, you would think I changed my husband. Well. Hee. Sun Wufiai scratched his head, I want to adapt to this state as soon as possible, so that I can maximize the power of the Super Saiyan state, so that I can break through the Super Saiyan. Son Goku nodded, right. My brother discussed this with me and I think it makes sense. Super Saiyan is not the end, we can definitely become stronger. But if we want to surpass Super Saiyan, we must first fully adapt to this transformed state and make it like a normal state, then we will have a chance to break through. Vegeta, who was enjoying his meal, raised his hand to show his agreement and had no time to speak. More than a year has passed since Sun Wufei and his companions returned to Earth. Over the past year, except for training with Son Goku and Sun Wufei at King Kai, Vegeta's time was arranged clearly by Bulma. Blind date. Go on blind dates with all of Bulma's female friends. It feels like Vegeta is unmarriageable. But it's really a blind cat that meets a deadly worm. Vegeta and Bulma's cousin Cab have fallen in love with each other. Speaking of Cab, he is definitely the one who is most like Bulma among all her relatives and friends. From their looks to their personalities and even the way they dress, when the two stand together, they will definitely be considered sisters, not just cousins. When Sun Wufei heard the news, he was quite surprised. He has been thinking about one question all the time. He chased Bulma away first and made her his wife. Who will Vegeta be with in the future? Unexpectedly, Vegeta's taste is so unique. He just likes Bulma's type. He didn't marry Bulma, but married someone who is most similar to Bulma. Well, that's not bad. Life seemed to have returned to normal again. In addition to training on King Kai's planet every day, Son Goku and Sun Wufei continued to follow the original rules and spent an hour with their wives and children every day. Vegeta followed suit and spent an hour with Cab every day. The rest of the time, he went to King Kai's planet to train and tried hard to learn Kaioken. The idea of maintaining this Super Saiyan posture and allowing the body to adapt to this normal state was proposed by Son Goku. This is what Son Goku and Son Gohan did in the original story when they were training in the House of Spirit and Time. It can allow every cell in the body to adapt to the Super Saiyan state as quickly as possible. I didn't think anything of it when I watched the anime in my previous life, but when it was his turn to transform into a Super Saiyan, I realized that this state was not so easy to control. First of all, after transforming into a Super Saiyan, although the combat power will increase dramatically, the energy consumption in the body will also increase greatly. How to reduce energy consumption and conserve physical strength is a problem. If this problem is not solved, you will never be able to break through the first level of Super Saiyan and enter the second level. Secondly, in the Super Saiyan state, one's personality will become cold and belligerent, and extremely murderous. Even someone like Son Goku, who is usually kind-hearted, will have a much stronger murderous intent when he transforms into a Super Saiyan. This unnecessary emotion will only cause additional waste of energy and will not benefit the battle at all. Therefore, make the Super Saiyan state a normal state, and maintain it for a long time until the body is completely adapted and there is no difference from returning to normal state. This is the real way to surpass Super Saiyan. Sun Wufei's Super Evolution state is one step further than the ordinary Super Saiyan state and the Super Evolution state, and of course it is also more difficult to control. Son Goku seems to be somewhere between an ordinary Super Saiyan and a super evolved state. His explosive power and destructive power are not as good as Son Goku, but his body's vitality is much stronger. It can be called the second state of super evolution. Both of these super evolution states are stronger than the normal Super, CDFG, Saiyan state, but the disadvantages are also more obvious. Although physical strength will not be significantly depleted, mental strength will be depleted. The most effective way to develop this super evolution state is to keep the transformation normal and let the body and mind get used to it. With the energy extracted from Cooler, Sun Wufei raised both his and Son Goku's potential and stamina to the limit of the orange legendary level. The remaining energy was divided into 3 parts, which improved the 3 people respectively. The first one is Son Gohan. After all, he is my nephew, so of course I have to help him. Son Gohan's current potential and stamina have reached the limit of the deep purple epic level, and he is only a step away from the orange legendary level. The other 2 were Krillin and Vegeta. Krillin is Son Goku's younger brother, and also Son Goku's closest friend in the Dragon Ball world besides his relatives. He has been following Son Goku since he was a child, so of course he has to be taken care of first. As for Vegeta, Son Wufei simply didn't want to upset the proud Saiyan Prince too much. Because of his appearance, the Saiyan Prince has gone from being the 1,000-year-old to the 10,000-year-old third. He and Son Goku surpass Vegeta in potential, stamina, transformation status, and strength, and Vegeta has been training desperately over the past year or so just to catch up with them. If his potential is much lower than theirs, no matter how hard Vegeta works, his progress will not be as fast as theirs, and he will eventually be left further and further behind. As a proud Saiyan Prince, Vegeta absolutely cannot accept this result. Anyway, there is a surplus of extracted energy, so it's okay to give some to Vegeta. Maybe one day, when the effectiveness of the gold finger reaches its limit and becomes less and less important, Vegeta will be able to completely catch up with the two brothers and take a completely different path? Boss, you are already number one in the universe. No one can compete with Super Saiyan. Besides, the world is peaceful. There is no need to practice so hard, right? Krillin was holding his daughter Marin in his arms and feeding her. He looked up at Sun Wufei and the other two and shrugged. Peace in the world? Krillin, you think too much. Sun Wufei shook his head gently, with a hint of worry in his eyes. Perhaps, in the near future, this peace will be broken. Sun Wufei's words were full of hidden meanings. Krillin noticed it keenly and raised his head. Boss, have you foreseen something again? I did foresee something, but it's not clear. Sun Wufei shook his head slightly and said, but one thing is certain, if we can't surpass Super Saiyan, we might lose miserably. Chapter 135. 1 year later, Sun Wufei's worries finally became a reality. In the northwestern mountainous area, a violent energy fluctuation suddenly erupted. 2 artificial humans appeared in the northwestern city and wreaked havoc. In just a short while, the entire city was reduced to ruins. At this time, Son Goku were training with Vegeta and Son Gohan on King Kai planet and had no idea of the changes happening on Earth. The first thing I noticed was Piccolo. Unlike Vegeta, Piccolo does not want to train with the Goku brothers. The Namek people's training method is different from the Saiyan. But Piccolo still lives in Bulma's house, because Son Gohan. Every day after Son Gohan comes back from King Kai, he will practice with Piccolo for a while. Piccolo's strength is also increasing. Apart from Sun Wufei and other Saiyans, the only one on Earth who can fight with him is Krillin. Because of his potential value improved by Son Goku, Krillin's strength increased rapidly and he was not far behind. He basically caught up with Piccolo and already had the strength of Frieza. Krillin, do you feel it? There is a strong energy fluctuation in the northwest region. Piccolo walked out of the practice room and bumped into Krillin. I feel it. Krillin's face was full of confusion. Strange, with such a huge energy fluctuation, why didn't I sense any strong energy? Krillin thought of something Sun Wufei had mentioned. Could it be that the crisis that the boss mentioned has occurred? Sun Wufei did not explain the future crisis very clearly, because even he himself was not very clear about it. Since his appearance in the Dragon Ball world, many things have changed. Especially after the Battle of Namek, the future changed drastically. Trunks did not appear, and Frieza's entire family, including his strongest brother Cooler, died. Son Goku's heart disease risk was eliminated by Shenron before it occurred. Everything is moving in a good direction. Sun Wufei also didn't know whether the android would appear again. Even if it appears, will it be the same as before? So he only said that there might be a crisis in the future, and did not mention the word artificial humans. Not to mention that artificial humans don't have such a thing as chi. Krillin, come with me and take a look. Piccolo had an ominous premonition in his heart. If this is really the crisis that Wu Fei mentioned, it is definitely not a simple one. Okay, let's go. Krillin nodded, and he and Piccolo took off into the air. Before they set off, they did not forget to tell Lankai something. Lankai, go find Bulma and Taisai, and ask them to inform the boss Li Yukong and the others. 7,789. Watching Krillin and Piccolo disappear from sight, Lan Chi was suddenly stunned. Notify Wu Fei and Goku, what's going on? In the northwestern city, there were fires and black smoke everywhere, the buildings were in ruins, and a large area of them collapsed. Screams and cries echoed throughout the city. No, don't kill me, don't, ah. When Piccolo and Krillin arrived, they saw a scene that looked like hell. Damn it, who is killing people everywhere? Krillin clenched his fists tightly, his face flushed with anger. This was one of the largest cities in the northwest, usually very prosperous, but now it had become like this. Over there. There's an explosion over there. Piccolo said, pointing to where there was fire in the distance. There were violent explosions happening behind several collapsed high-rise buildings. Faintly, one could still seem to hear screams and howls. Walk. The two rushed towards the explosion. 2 guys in strange costumes are killing and destroying. Key blasts were continuously emitted from their palms, causing explosions all around and black smoke rising up. The survivors were slaughtered one by one. Damn it! Krillin's face darkened. Who are these 2 people? Why couldn't he sense the other party's aura at all when the other party was clearly destroying him? Stop! Who are you? Why are you destroying things? Krillin roared, and a gas bomb flew out from his hand, split into two, and blasted towards the two people. Boom! Boom! The explosion sounded, but the two monsters were not hit. They dodged Krillin's air bomb attack at an extremely fast speed and jumped to the street on the side. It's Krillin. The ones wreaking havoc are Android 19 and Drive Gero, a mad scientist from the Red Ribbon Army who transformed his own body into an android. Request flowers, 0. But unlike the original history, Dr. Gero's appearance has changed and is completely different from the old version of the android that absorbs energy. It seems to be more like Android 17 and 18. You know me? Who are you? Krillin's heart sank. The other party actually knew him. Moreover, there was no sign of panic, as if I didn't take him seriously at all. Even Piccolo is here. Very good, very good. Where are Son Goku and Son Goku? Why aren't they here? Dr. Gero looked at Piccolo standing on the broken building on the other side, and raised his lips. Don't you dare to come. Humph. The boss and Goku are training, it's not their turn to take action. 0. With an angry snort, Krillin stared at Dr. Gero. Who are you? Tell me. Who are we? Dr. Gero and Android 19 looked at each other and laughed. We are here to kill Son Goku and Son Goku. Avengers from Hell. Hell's Avenger? What the hell? Krillin was shocked, but before he could ask any more questions, Android 19 had already rushed towards him at the signal of Dr. Ge. Launched an attack directly. Unlike Dr. Gero, Android 19 is still an old version of the energy-absorbing android, the chubby-looking guy. So fast. Krillin's heart was already filled with energy, and the energy in his body suddenly surged out, rising into a boiling flame, and he started a fierce fight with Android 19. At the same time, Dr. Gero also rushed towards Piccolo. Piccolo Daimao? Hey! If I kill you, the gods will die too, right? Then there will be no 7 Dragon Balls. Let's see how Son Goku and Goku will revive you. What? How do you know about the gods and the 7 Dragon Balls? Who are you? Piccolo was shocked, but Dr. Gero's attack was so fierce that he could only try his best to resist. After I send Son Goku and Son Goku to hell, you can ask them this question. Go to hell. I have been busy with my wife's various examinations these days, and only have time to write at night. The update will be late, but definitely not less. There are still 2 chapters. 10. Chapter 136. On the King Kai Star. What? Crisis? A huge power fluctuation occurred in the Northwest City. Did Krillin and Piccolo go to check it out? When Sun Wufei heard the news from Bulma, his heart skipped a beat. Could it be? Closing his eyes, placing his index and middle fingers together in front of his eyebrows, Sun Wufei concentrated on exploring the energy of the earth. What a strong energy! It's Krillin and Piccolo. Who are they fighting? I originally thought that I would have to concentrate to detect the aura of Krillin and Piccolo, but I didn't expect that in just a moment, Sun Wufei sensed the aura of Krillin and Piccolo. The two of them have actually reached this level. Such a powerful aura is no weaker than Frieza's back then. It's not surprising that Piccolo can reach this level. After all, if they are considered Super Saiyan, then Piccolo is a Super Namek. And Sun Wufei knew very well that once Piccolo and the gods merged, it would only become more fishy. But Krillin really shocked Sun Wufei. Because Krillin's ki is not much worse than Piccolo's, and has also reached the level of Frieza back then. It seems that Krillin has never slacked off in his training over the past few years. Moreover, the results are remarkable. Helping 23 to raise his potential to the limit of the purple epic level was indeed the right choice. But who is fighting with Krillin and Piccolo? I can't sense any breath from the other person at all. Artificial human? Did the artificial human appear? But why so much earlier? According to the original history, it should appear a year later. Forget it, it must be because of my appearance. The process of wiping out the Red Silk Army was brought forward when we were young, so it is not surprising that the artificial man appeared ahead of time. What Sun Wufei is concerned about now is the safety of Krillin and Piccolo. Man-made people are not so easy to deal with. His strength is definitely above Frieza. Even the newly appeared Android 19 and Drive Gero are not someone that Krillin and Piccolo can defeat, not to mention number 17 and number 18. Sun Wufei couldn't guarantee that after history changed, number 18 would still be the kind number 18. What if she is the bloodthirsty and murderous one? Swish! Sun Wufei's figure disappeared instantly. It is instant transmission. He rushed over to Klein and Piccolo. My brother seems to have discovered something remarkable. I have to go and take a look. Son Goku said, activating instant transmission and disappearing. These two bastards. They want to leave me again. Vegeta gritted his teeth and was about to follow with instant transmission when Son Gohan suddenly rushed over and placed his hand on his arm. Uncle Vegeta, take me with you. Son Gohan doesn't know how to transmit instantly, so he can only return to Earth with the help of Vegeta. Troublesome little devil. Vegeta snorted in annoyance, activated instant transmission, and disappeared. Goku, Gofiei, Vegeta, Gohan, it's time for dinner, hey? Where are the people? Why are they all gone? King Kai poked his head out of the kitchen and shouted, only to find that there was no one there. Where did those guys go? Earth, in the Northwest City. Call out. Boom. Piccolo's body, like a cannonball, smashed through several tall buildings and was buried deep in the ruins of the Earth. Hee hee. You are not my opponent at all. Dr. Gero snorted disdainfully, but was still a little surprised in his heart. Piccolo was able to fight him for so long. Its fighting power is much stronger than he knows. Call. On the other side, Krillin was also knocked away by Android 19, with his left arm hanging down, seriously injured. His arm could no longer move. I didn't expect that a loser like Krillin could have such strong power. But he still can't compare to No 19. Dr. Gerald looked at Krillin, who was panting heavily and getting up, with a cold murderous intent in his eyes. Number 19, kill him. 111-7494 Android 19 grinned, rushed towards Krillin, and stabbed his palm into Krillin's face like a knife. Oh no! I can't get away. Krillin tried to dodge, but found that he had no strength at all and was about to die under Android 19's knife. Just at this moment. Swish! Sun Wufei's figure suddenly appeared in front of Krillin. Android 19's knife stabbed Sun Wufei right in the chest. But it didn't have any effect, only a dull sound. What do you want to do to Krillin, UBD? Sun Wufei narrowed his eyes, suddenly grabbed Android 19's arm and kicked him. The powerful force directly kicked Android 19 away, and the arm that was held by Son Goku was directly broken and torn apart by Son Goku's kick. 09. Fire ignited on Sun Wufei's hand, roasting Android 19's severed arm. Most of this broken arm is human body, and only a small part is mechanical, and the vitality in it can also be absorbed. You are Sun Wufei? You are different from before. Seeing how Gofiei easily kicked Android 19 away, tore off Android 19's arm, and then turned into ash and flew away, Dr. Gero was obviously shocked and puzzled. Sun Wufei still maintains the appearance of the legendary super-evolved version. His hair, eye color, pupil color are different from the Sun Wufei in Dr. Gero's memory. You know me? That's right, as the chief scientist of the Red Silk Army, it's not surprising that you remember what I look like, Dr. Gero. Sun Wufei looked at Dr. Gero for a few times. Although his appearance had changed a little, it was still visible. This guy is Dr. Gero from the Red Ribbon Army. He is also the creator of a group of artificial humans. How do you know me? Dr. Gero was very surprised. Is this the first time he and Sun Wufei have met? When the brothers Sun Wufei and Son Goku destroyed the Red Ribbon Army headquarters, he was in the underground laboratory and did not show up. Logically speaking, Sun Wufei should have never seen him. Then how did Sun Wufei know that he was Dr. Gero? Do you know you're weird? Sun Wufei sneered disdainfully, I also know that you created the androids and wanted to seek revenge on me and Goku. And you also transformed yourself into a cyborg. An old-fashioned model that absorbs energy, right? Something's not right. You don't seem to be a simple energy-absorbing type. Sun Wufei activated the attribute transformation sensing ability of Qi. Dr. Gero is an artificial man, his aura does not manifest, but the attributes of his energy zone are clearly revealed. This guy is much stronger than the other. Android. Chapter 137. Dr. Gero also installed an energy core on his body. Between the new type with unlimited energy and the old type that absorbs energy, Sun Wufei's eyes narrowed slightly. History had indeed changed, and the change was not small. Originally, Dr. Gero was worried that he would not be able to withstand the unlimited energy android transformation mode, so he transformed himself into the old type that absorbs energy. But now it seems that he has gone one step further than history. While absorbing energy, he has also placed an infinite energy core in his body. But it looks like it should be less powerful than Android 17 and 18. Is this Dr. Gero's progress in creating androids? Sun Wufei, you actually know that I am a cyborg, and you also know the type of my transformation. How did you know that? Sun Gofei's question shocked Dr. Gero. These are all his secrets. No one else should know them except him. Why does Sun Wufei know so clearly? This is simply impossible, but it actually happened. Unbelievable. It's really unbelievable. Why should I tell you, why do you care where I know it from? Sun Wufei rolled his eyes in disdain. Stop talking nonsense. Now that I'm here today, don't even think about making waves. Brother, you deal with this old guy, and leave the fat guy to me. Son Goku also came to Sun Gofei at this time and pointed at Android 19 and said. Okay, I'll leave it to you. But be careful Goku, there's an energy absorbing device in the center of that guy's palm, don't use Ki Blast, or he'll absorb it. Sun Wufei nodded and reminded, don't let him catch you. If you are caught, your energy will be sucked away as well. Absorbing energy? What a weird guy. Son Goku was startled, with a look of surprise on his face, but soon his eyes became firm, and he curled his lips. Don't worry, this guy is not a human, I will not show mercy, call out. With a flash of his body, Son Goku rushed directly towards Android 19. Humph. You are such a boastful fellow. Number 19 is the man-made human that I painstakingly created. His strength is definitely superior to yours. You want to deal with him? You are foolish. Before Dr. Gero could finish his words, Android 19 was knocked away by Son Goku's elbow, with blood oozing from the corner of his mouth. Fight, 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 fight. Son Goku didn't give Android 19 a chance to breathe. He chased after him and kept hitting Android 19 with his fists and kicks. The terrible destructive force tore Android 19's body into pieces, leaving him with no chance of fighting back. He was completely turned into a sandbag. Moreover, it looks like this sandbag will explode soon. Dr. Gero's voice suddenly stopped, and he swallowed the words he hadn't finished. His eyes were wide open, and his mouth was trembling. He looked at the scene in disbelief, and said in a trembling voice, Impossible. How is this possible? How can Son Goku be so powerful? That's my Android 19. Dr. Gero, do you still think you can defeat us? Sun Wufei smiled, and his smile contained a cold murderous intent. The next moment, his body moved, and he appeared behind Dr. Gero in a flash. Phew! The palm of his right hand directly pierced through Dr. Gero's heart. RR. Dr. Gero never dreamed that he would die at the hands of Sun Wufei, and in such a way. His body was shaking violently, but a ferocious look suddenly appeared at the corner of his mouth. A remote control appeared on his right hand and he pressed it suddenly. A strange wave of power spread out in all directions. Sun Wufei frowned, a hole. What did you do? Ha, ha ha. Sun Gofei, you just wait. I have already activated my most proud work. Number 17 and 18 will appear soon. By then, no matter how powerful you are, you will not be able to escape death. And Son Goku, and the other so-called martial artists, will all die. Wipe. A figure flashed by, it was Vegeta. He kicked Dr. Gero's head off his neck. You are such a long-winded guy. A gas bullet shot out from his hand, and Dr. Gero's head was blown to pieces. Vegeta, what are you doing? I need to get the whereabouts of Android 17 and 18 from him. Sun Wufei frowned in dissatisfaction. He didn't know the whereabouts of Android 17 and 18. After all, history had changed. Who knew if the location of Dr. Gero's laboratory would also change? Sun Gofei was about to ask Dr. Gero, but he was killed by Vegeta. Vegeta, you've taken away my brother and I's rivals. Son Goku also complained. He was enjoying beating number 19 like a punching bag when Vegeta suddenly jumped out and cut off No 19's arms with one move, preventing him from absorbing energy. Then he sent out a Ki Blast and blew it into pieces. His opponent was robbed just like that. Tisk. It's your fault that you two brothers were indecisive. I can't stand it anymore. Vegeta snorted disdainfully, number 17 and number 18, they are just a few androids. As long as they dare to show up, I, King Vegeta, will let them know what terrifying power is. I will smash them all to pieces with my own hands. Sun Wufei. Speechless. Vegeta is such an arrogant guy, he doesn't even know the seriousness of the situation. Although Dr. Gero was severely injured with one move, Sun Wufei was able to judge that Dr. Gero was much stronger than in the original history. This shows that his research on artificial humans has become much more advanced. In other words, it is very likely that number 17 and number 18 will become much stronger. No Hao Zhao, what if they are no match? However, this possibility is not very high. Boss, luckily you came in time, otherwise I would be dead. Krillin finally recovered and took out the senzu beans he carried with him. He ate them and his injuries healed instantly, but he still looked scared. Krillin, don't do such unsure things in the future. If I come a little later, things will be really troublesome. Sun Wufei warned Krillin with a serious face. Krillin scratched his head. He didn't expect these two androids to be so powerful. The most important thing is that there is no air in the artificial human body, so he can't sense it at all. Boom! The ruins in the distance exploded, and Piccolo rushed out from them. Son Gohan shouted excitedly, Uncle Piccolo! I'm so glad you're okay. Piccolo snorted, I'm not that weak. But his expression was very ugly. Chapter 138. Weak. I am so weak. Piccolo once again realized the gap between him and Sun Wufei and others. He couldn't even catch up with Son Gohan who came from behind. Wufei, do you know what Android 17 and 18 Dr. Gero mentioned? Piccolo looked at Son Gohan and asked. Certainly. Sun Wufei nodded, number 17 and number 18 are both androids created by Dr. Gero. However, they are different from number 19 and Dr. Gero himself. They are made with the most advanced infinite energy technology. Number 17 appears as a handsome black-haired man with a red scarf, while number 18 is a sweet blonde girl. They were originally normal Earthlings, but were transformed into artificial humans by Dr. Gero. But they are not much different from ordinary people, except that they have eternal energy furnaces in their bodies that can provide unlimited energy. They can get married and have children just like ordinary people. As for how powerful they are, I don't know, but they must be very strong. I remember that Dr. Gero's research institute is in the northern mountains, but I don't know exactly where it is. 043 He has just activated number 17 and number 18 remotely. I guess these two androids have woken up. Let's go find them quickly. After we find them, try not to fight them. Otherwise, we will die. Klin was sweating coldly after hearing this. I haven't seen Marin grow up, get married and have children yet. I don't want to die yet. Seeing Krillin's cowardly look, Sun Wufei couldn't help but laugh. Krillin, there's no need to worry so much, I'm here. After you find the android, just raise your energy and we will naturally be able to sense it and rush over. Klin's eyes lit up, yes. The androids don't have chi, but he does. As long as he increases his chi, Sun Wufei and the others will be able to sense it immediately. With his strength, he might not be a match for the androids, but he should have no problem holding on until Sun Wufei and the others arrive. Let's go. Sun Wufei soared into the sky and led the way towards the northern mountainous area. Northern mountainous area. Android 17 and 18 wake up from their sleeping pods. Dr. Gero appears to be dead, otherwise he wouldn't have used emergency procedures to revive us. Number 18, CDFG, said with a wicked smile, ruin this place. I am already very disgusted with this place. Of course. It must be destroyed. Number 17 also showed a sinister smile on his face, I don't want to see this place again for even a second. Whoosh whoosh. Energy bombs shot out from the palms of number 17 and number 18, hitting the machines and walls on all sides. Boom. The entire mountain where the research institute was located began to shake, and a large amount of flames spurted out from the entrance. Number 17 and number 18 flew out from it shortly afterwards. Hey! Klin was the closest to the explosion site and the first to discover the situation. He rushed in the direction of the explosion and saw number 17 and number 18 floating in the sky. The handsome man with the red scarf, the cute girl with black hair, blonde hair, it's them. They are the number 17 and number 18 that the boss mentioned. Beads of sweat suddenly appeared on Klin's forehead. Without time to think, he suddenly raised his energy, and a dazzling aura rose from his body. Hey! Krillin's performance attracted the attention of number 17 and number 18, and they both looked at Krillin on the rock. That guy, is he Krillin? Judging from his posture, he seems to be quite powerful. A hint of interest appeared in No 17's eyes. Yes, according to the information, he is Krillin, Son Goku and Son Goku's best friend, and the strongest person on Earth. Number 18 said. The strongest human on Earth? No matter how strong he is, he can't compare to us. Number 17 showed a conceited look on his face and snorted. Swish! With a flick of his body, number 17 flew towards Krillin. I'm going to play with that little bald guy. Here I come. Krillin was startled. Number 17 had already appeared in front of him. He took 2 steps back in panic and took a fighting stance. You, what do you want to do? What? Shouldn't I be the one asking you this? Number 17 looked at Krillin with a playful expression. Little bald guy, you are here to find us, right? What, you want to kill us like you killed Dr. Gero? How does he know? Krillin thought to himself that it was not good. Why didn't Sun Wufei and the others come over? Could it be that his chi was not raised enough? With a loud shout, Krillin's energy became more and more violent, even the air around him began to vibrate. What are these guys doing? They're making dust everywhere. Number 18 covered his nose in disgust. Does yelling so loudly make me more powerful? Maybe he was scared, so he used shouting to hide the fear in his heart. Number 17 shrugged, and the next moment, his figure suddenly disappeared, and he instantly appeared behind Krillin, and attacked with a knife in his backhand. Not good. Krillin was startled and turned around to resist without thinking, putting his hands in front of him to protect himself. But he was still slammed hard into the ground by No 17's powerful knife, creating a big hole in the ground. Wow, so strong. Much stronger than the previous android No 19. Klin climbed out of the pit and wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth. He was injured with just a casual move. The power of Android 17 is much stronger than the previous Android 19. Android 19 Krillin can still maneuver around, but Android 17 Krillin can barely keep up with his speed. He was injured with just one move. And Krillin could see that the opponent didn't even use his full strength. Such an opponent is really terrifying. No wonder the boss takes it so seriously. Damn it! Why hasn't the boss come yet? Krillin was a little anxious. He couldn't hold on for much longer. Oh! You can even stand up. It seems like you have pretty good strength, even though you're bald. There was a hint of surprise in No 17's eyes. Although he had just made a casual attack, the power contained in it was not small. According to his original estimation, Krillin should have been seriously injured and unable to get up. I didn't expect Krillin to be only slightly injured. It did not have any impact on combat effectiveness. Indeed, there is a big gap between Krillin's strength and the information. He is much stronger. Number 18 nodded. He also saw that Krillin was extraordinary, but with his limited strength, he could not compare with them. Okay, number 17, this little bald guy has no intention of fighting us. Look, his legs are shaking. Our targets are Son Goku and Son Wufei. There's no need to get entangled with him. Chapter 139. Oh? Your target is me and Goku? Have we offended you in any way? As soon as number 18 finished speaking, Son Wufei's teasing voice rang out. His figure also appeared beside Klin. Next to them are Son Goku, Son Gohan, Vegeta, and, yes, Piccolo. Boss! You are finally here. Krillin looked relieved for escaping death and looked at Son Goku excitedly. He almost thought he was going to be killed. We have arrived a long time ago. We just wanted to see the character of Android 17 and 18. Son Wufei chuckled. When he sensed Krillin's surging energy, he used instant transmission to bring Piccolo over. Son Goku also teleported over with Son Gohan and Vegeta. However, no one took action. Instead, they restrained their energy and watched from the sidelines. Just as Son Wufei said, he wanted to see the character of Android 17 and 18. When number 17 attacked Krillin, Son Wufei thought he was going to kill him, but he didn't expect it was just a tentative attack. It seems that these two people should be the same as number 17 and number 18 in the main Dragon Ball universe. They are not bad at heart, but after gaining powerful powers, their personalities have become extremely arrogant and selfish. Humph. What's this about judging people's character? That's boring. Vegeta snorted coldly, why not just kill them? These two guys are just average in strength, there's nothing to be afraid of. So. Sun Wufei sneered, Vegeta, I'm not underestimating you, but you're probably no match for them right now. Although they had planned to break through to Super Saiyan a long time ago, and even Vegeta had been training according to Son Goku's suggestion, so far, neither Vegeta, Son Goku, nor Son Goku have broken through to the first level of Super Saiyan. If Sun Wufei's prediction is correct, the androids in the 17th and 18th years are much stronger than the androids in the original historical universe. I'm afraid Vegeta may not be able to beat number 17 now. But Vegeta didn't realize this. Sun Wufei's words made him furious. K-Cell, you said I can't beat them. Are you looking down on me? Sun Wufei shrugged and said nothing. According to my estimation, Vegeta, you can only tie with him at best. If you keep fighting for a long time, you will lose. Son Goku also nodded and said. Hateful. Vegeta's face darkened. He was underestimated by these two brothers. Android 17, right? No matter how strong you are, today I, Vegeta, will send you to hell, boom. A powerful golden aura suddenly erupted from Vegeta. Originally, he had been maintaining the form of a Super Saiyan. This time, all the power in his body burst out with an astonishing momentum. This guy Vegeta is almost close to the full power of Super Saiyan. Sun Wufei's eyes narrowed slightly, he found that he seemed to have underestimated Vegeta. Before they knew it, Vegeta had already caught up with them. Except for the fact that they were super evolved in their transformation state, they were not much stronger than Vegeta in other aspects. As expected of the Saiyan Prince, Vegeta is really talented. Perhaps, he can win. Sun Wufei is not sure now. According to the original historical development, the power of number 17 and number 18 is definitely not as good as the full power of Super Saiyan, and is even inferior to the second form of the first stage of Super Saiyan. But the number 17 and number 18 in front of us are obviously much stronger than their original historical counterparts. Who is stronger and who is weaker, I'm afraid we can only know after a fight. Vegeta, hey? You're much stronger than the information says, and you seem to have a huge experience. Number 17 looked at Vegeta with a disdainful sneer on his face, but you can't beat me. In front of me, the most powerful warrior in the world, you will only end up in a miserable defeat. No 17's words made Sun Wufei frown. Glancing at Son Goku standing by, Sun Wufei curled his lips and said, this guy is really arrogant. Just hearing that makes me want to beat him up. Sun Wufei knew that number 17 was very arrogant, but he didn't expect that he would be like this. Could it be that as strength increases, arrogance will also increase? Vegeta will probably go crazy. Son Goku smacked his lips. Vegeta's anger has indeed reached its limit. With a roar, he rushed towards number 17 with a fiery golden aura and punched him hard. Bang! Number 17 raised his hand and blocked Vegeta's fist. The next moment, the two began a fierce offensive and defensive battle. Vegeta's strength has indeed increased significantly, approaching the full power state of Super Saiyan 1, just a step away from full power. With this kind of strength, if it were according to the original history, not to mention number 17 and number 18, even the second level cell would be defeated. But now, it is only on par with number 17. The power from the fight between the two continued to dissipate, and the air around them was shaking, which made Krillin and Piccolo smack their lips. Is this the power of a Super Saiyan? It's so scary. Krillin couldn't help but exclaim in admiration. Piccolo snorted angrily, veins throbbing on his face. Vegeta actually surpassed him by so much. Not to mention Son Goku and Sun Wufei. If this continues, Piccolo will be completely marginalized and live a life like Krillin. The key point is that Android 17 didn't show any surprise at all, but fought calmly with Vegeta, not losing out at all. Vegeta roared again and again, his power had reached the peak that he could control now, but still can't take down number 17. Damn it! This BD! Vegeta was really angry. He had exerted all his strength, but number 17 still responded to his 1.0 attack calmly without any panic. How much more capable is this guy? Wow! Seizing an opportunity, Vegeta punched number 17 into the sky, and then countless energy bullets shot out from his hands and hit number 17. Die! Die! Vegeta's expression was almost crazy, and the terrible explosion made everyone feel as if a strong gust of air was blowing in their faces. Fortunately, Vegeta and I have no grudges now, otherwise, if he attacked me so fiercely, I'm afraid there wouldn't be even a scum left. Krillin looked relieved, and at this time, Vegeta finally released his ultimate move. The ultimate flash. Vegeta put his hands together in front of him, accumulated all the energy in his body, and sent out a shockwave of concentrated power. Golden lightning appeared around him and blasted towards the core of the explosion. Chapter 140. Boom! Amid the violent explosion, destructive force continued to spread, and huge semicircular shock waves spread in all directions, and Sun Wufi's face changed. Is Vegeta planning to destroy the Earth? Sun Wufi cursed inwardly and retreated suddenly, of course not forgetting to bring Krillin and Piccolo with him. Ultimate Flash, this is Vegeta's most powerful move, much more powerful than the Kamehameha wave. Even this move was forced out, and seeing Android 17 again really deeply hurt Vegeta's proud self-esteem. I just don't know if this trick can really work against Android 17? The smoke and dust began to dissipate gradually, and a huge deep pit appeared in its place. Fortunately, Vegeta adjusted the angle when attacking, and the ultimate flash finally flew into space by brushing the surface of the Earth, and did not directly hit the Earth's core, otherwise the Earth would have been directly destroyed by this blow. Is the android dead? Krillin watched with wide eyes. Son Goku and Son Goku were also looking into the smoke. Suddenly, Son Goku raised his head as if he had sensed something. He sensed a strange energy fluctuation. It was not chi, but this energy fluctuation was very unusual. There he is. Everyone raised their heads and looked towards the sky where Sun Wufi was pointing. Who else is floating in the sky if not Android 17? At this moment, a strange spherical light flashed around No 17's body. It was a protective shield. This guy used a shield to block Vegeta's ultimate flash? No. It shouldn't be resistance, just breaking away from the lock. Sun Wufi shook his head. The powerful destructive force of Vegeta's ultimate flash cannot be blocked by the protective shield alone, but it can hold out for a short while, giving number 17 a chance to break free from the lock of ultimate flash and escape. Otherwise, if it was really blocked, it would not appear in the sky, but should be used in the big pit. What an amazing trick! Vegeta, you are really amazing. You made me feel a fear of death for a moment. Number 17 slowly fell from the sky, with an unconcealable look of anger on his face. Just a little bit. Just now, he was almost hit by the ultimate flash. Even if his strength is equal to Vegeta's, even if he has eternal energy, he will still be in trouble if he is hit head-on by the ultimate flash. It's even possible to be beaten into pieces. When number 17 thought back to the previous dangerous experience, anger involuntarily surged from his heart. Damn you! I will return this fear of death to you double. With a roar, number 17 removed his protective shield and rushed towards Vegeta. Oops! The ultimate flash consumed too much of Vegeta's energy, and at this moment his chi has dropped significantly, while No 17's energy is unlimited. Vegeta now was no match for number 17 and was hit hard after just a few moves. Call. A punch hit me right in the abdomen. Call. Another elbow hit the back. Whoosh whoosh. Every punch hits the flesh, extremely ferocious. What's wrong? Where did your momentum go? Aren't you going to kill me? Number 17 attacked fiercely and drank at the same time. Bang! With a heavy blow from his hand, Vegeta was smashed to the ground, right in the big hole created by his ultimate flash. Prince Saiyan, today is your doom. If you want to kill me, this pit is the perfect place for your burial. A purple-red ball of destructive energy lit up in No 17's hand, and with a loud shout, he blasted it towards Vegeta, who was unable to move in the pit. Swish! Sun Wufi appeared in front of Vegeta and with one punch, he knocked the purple-red destructive energy ball aside, causing it to explode with a loud bang. Sun Wufi! A look of surprise flashed across No 17's face, and then he sneered. What, have you had enough of being a coward and are you willing to show your head? Or do you want to fight in a round-robin battle? Sun Wufi's mouth curled up with a hint of sarcasm, I don't need to fight you in a round-robin battle. Then he turned to Son Goku and said, Goku, take Vegeta back to recover. Krillin and Piccolo, you guys come with us too. Boss, you want to stay and deal with them alone? There are 2 of them. Krillin was shocked. Brother, let me stay and help you. Son Goku also said. No need. Son Mufei shook his head, you can only be free if you take Krillin and the others away. Okay, brother, I'll listen to you. Be careful and come back safely. Son Goku nodded, instant transmission came to Vegeta's side, and took Vegeta to teleport to Krillin and Piccolo, and then disappeared with a swish. What happened? Where did they go? Why did they disappear all of a sudden? Number 17 looked around in surprise, but did not see any trace of Son Goku and his companions. He was sure that Goku and his companions disappeared out of thin air. What skill is this? This is instant transmission. They've gone so far away, you won't be able to find them. Son Mufei flexed his wrist and said, now, it's time for us to compete. Instant transmission, 627, what an amazing skill. No wonder you guys are so calm. Number 17 narrowed his eyes slightly, and then a playful look appeared on his face. Son Mufei, you seem to be very confident in your own strength. You dare to stay here alone. Do you think we won't join forces to deal with you? Son Mufei nodded, right. I think so. With your arrogance, you would not join forces to attack us. Of course, it's possible that I was wrong, but that doesn't matter. A golden green aura began to swirl around Son Mufei. He has long wanted to find someone to have a good fight with. Vegeta has made great progress, but there is still some gap between him, and it is impossible for him to fight to the death with all his strength. He can spar with him in daily life, but not in a life and death battle. Not to mention Son Goku, this guy is stronger than Vegeta, but he won't really fight with Son Goku at all. This Android 17 is really a perfect opponent. It is much more difficult to break through to the Super Evolution stage than to break through to the normal Super Saiyan stage. Although Son Mufei has found the right method, it is too difficult to break through to the second stage of Super Evolution without enough pressure. Son Mufei has been stuck for a long time. He wants to use number 17 to break through this bottleneck. This is definitely a rare opportunity. Chapter 141. Son Mufei, is this what you rely on? Looking at the golden green aura swirling around Son Mufei, number 17 narrowed his eyes slightly. Homunculi have no chi and cannot feel chi. Their energy is provided by the eternal energy furnace in their bodies, but this does not prevent number 17 from judging the strength of his opponent. The pressure that Son Goku put on him was obviously much greater than that of Vegeta. What do you think? A strange and evil smile appeared on Son Mufei's lips, and the next moment, his figure disappeared. Where are the people? Number 17 was startled, and number 18, who was standing far away, suddenly shouted, Number 17, he is behind you. What? Before number 17 could turn around, he was hit hard on the face. The terrifying force directly knocked him flying. Snort. With a heavy cold snort, No 17's body shook and he stabilized himself. Just as he stood up, he was punched hard in the abdomen again. Wow! Number 17 opened his mouth and spat out saliva, his eyeballs bulged out, and his whole body was bent like a shrimp. Call! Son Mufei then kicked number 17 on the back, knocking him to the ground from the air like a cannonball. With a loud bang, the whole earth shook. Smoke and dust are everywhere. A hill that was hit by number 17 was completely shattered and collapsed. Son Mufei stopped in midair, retracted the golden-green aura lingering on his body, and looked at Yan Wuchen with narrowed eyes. No movement. Based on the strength shown before the 17th, he shouldn't be so weak. With a sudden thought in his mind, Son Mufei moved half a meter to the side, and one leg kicked up silently. If Son Mufei hadn't dodged, he would have been hit exactly by the kick. Hey? You were able to dodge it. It's really not easy. The one who made the sneak attack was number 17 who had been knocked to the ground earlier. I don't know when he came out from the ground, changed direction and flew behind Son Mufei. Although he was hit hard by Son Mufei several times, number 17 obviously did not suffer any serious injuries. He just had some scars and dust on his body, looking a little embarrassed. You are not simple either. You took a heavy blow from me, but you are not hurt at all. Son Mufei chuckled, this opponent was indeed right. Humph! I am the most powerful man in the world. Number 17 was still as arrogant as ever, but there was a hint of caution in his eyes. Sun Wufiai's previous attacks were enough to attract his attention. This enemy is definitely not as simple as the others. The most powerful man? It's too early to say such big words. Sun Wufiai took a fighting stance. Alright, the warm-up exercises are almost done. Show me your true strength and fight me well. Otherwise, you will lose miserably. Number 17 did not use his full strength. Sun Wufiai knew this very well. He also didn't try his best. Enough of these probing attacks. It's time to show your true abilities in a showdown. That's how you know who's strong and who's weak. Moreover, only a true life and death battle can force out Sun Wufiai's potential and allow him to break through. Namek's Great Elder had once before brought out the potential power of Son Goku and Son Goku, but after that the brothers continued to practice and become stronger, even turning into the legendary Super Saiyan evolution, and now have reached the full power state of the legendary Super Saiyan evolution. During this process, with the orange legendary potential of Sun Wufiai and Son Goku, there must be a lot of power hidden in their bodies. The Great Elder of Namek has died of old age, and although the new Great Elder has retained the ability to create the Dragon Ball summoning Shenron Porunga, he did not inherit the group's ability to help people trigger their potential. It was impossible to go to Namek and unleash the latent power within him. You can only rely on yourself. A life and death battle at the extreme level is the best way. Swish! Just when Son Gofiai and number 17 were about to attack again, a figure flashed and Son Goku appeared. Goku, why are you back again? Sun Wufiai frowned slightly. I was worried about my brother, so I came to check on him. Vegeta has taken the senzu beans and is fine now, but he went into the gravity room and said he wanted to become stronger than number 17 and then come out for revenge. Son Goku scratched his head. That Vegeta guy. Sun Wufiai shook his head in amusement. Vegeta's self-esteem was really too strong, it was not surprising that he would behave like this. However, based on my understanding of Son Goku, he probably didn't come here just because he was worried. Hee. I knew I couldn't hide anything from my brother. Feeling a little guilty at the look in Son Goku's eyes, he shrank his neck but admitted, I want to fight too. Brother, you fight with number 17, and I'll fight with no 18. It is indeed so. Sun Wufiai sighed and said, Goku, since you think the same as me, don't hold back and go all out. This is the only way to bring out your potential. Son Goku was stunned, then a look of understanding flashed across his eyes. His eyes became firm, and he straightened his face and nodded seriously. Don't worry, brother. I won't hide my power anymore. Turning to look at number 18, come on, let's have a good fight. Buzz. A golden aura emerged, mixed with a hint of green light, and his hair also had a hint of green, and his body became noticeably stronger. This is Son Goku's unique super evolution version number 2. Humph. Hit me if you want. Do you think I'm afraid of you? There was a flash of anger in No 18's eyes. She and number 17 had just woken up from their deep sleep when Sun Wufiai and others came to their door one after another. They haven't bothered the brothers yet, but they are targeting them instead. In that case, good king, then let's fight and teach these two guys a lesson. If they die, they deserve it. Ha! Number 18 rushed towards Son Goku and launched a direct attack. Son Goku also roared excitedly, bursting out with all his strength, and fought fiercely with number 18. It's our turn now. Sun Wufiai stared at number 17. Number 17 also focused all his attention on Sun Wufiai, since you want to see my superpower, then I will let you see it. You can die with peace of mind. Ah ha ha ha. Powerful force surged out from his body, blowing the surrounding sand and rocks into all directions, but strangely, Sun Wufiai still couldn't sense any energy from him. Artificial humans are really strange. Thinking in his mind, Sun Wufiai stepped on the air and suddenly rushed towards number 17 at high speed. The fierce battle resumes. Chapter 142. Whoosh whoosh. Boom, boom, boom. The violent collision and roaring sounds continued to ring out in the sky and on the earth. The rocks all around were scattered by the aftermath of the explosion. The huge rocks turned into rubble, and the rubble turned into ashes, which were then blown away into the distance by whirlwinds. To say that it was razed to the ground is not enough to describe the scene, it was simply a 3-foot-high excavation of the ground. Son Goku and number 18, Son Gofiai and number 17, each fought against each other and the fight was difficult to determine the winner. Number 17 and number 18 have exerted all their strength without reservation. The more they fought, the more surprised they became. The strength of the brothers Son Goku and Son Goku is too different from what Dr. Gero taught them. They thought that with their superpowers, no one in the world could compete with them, but they didn't expect that they couldn't even defeat Son Goku. The two brothers were at a disadvantage when they first exerted their full strength, but unexpectedly, as the fight went on, they became stronger and stronger. They are artificial humans, with unlimited energy in their bodies that will never be exhausted, which means they don't have to consume any physical energy. If it was a protracted battle, Son Goku and Son Yuefei would not be able to withstand it. However, during the fierce battle, number 17 and number 18 discovered that Son Goku and Son Goku's physical strength showed no signs of weakening. Could it be that these two brothers also have unlimited energy? Impossible. Absolutely impossible. Boom. Unable to dodge in time, number 17 was hit hard by Son Yuefei's punch and flew backwards, colliding with number 18 who was also knocked flying. Sister, what's going on? Why are their strengths and information so different? Aren't we androids supposed to be invincible? Number 17 wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth, gritted his teeth and growled in confusion and unwillingness. I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with Dr. Gero's information. Number 18 frowned. If we continue to fight like this, it will be very disadvantageous for us. They seem to treat us as objects of cultivation. Practice object. Yes, the training object for the battle of life and death. Number 18 nodded. Don't you realize that they are getting stronger? It's not that they are holding back their strength, but that their potential is being stimulated little by little in the battle. You mean these two guys are using us to help them break through? Number 17 came to his senses. Assholes. I won't let them off. Number 17 has always believed that his strength is unmatched and there is no man stronger than him in the world. But now he found out that Son Yuefei was actually using him as a whetstone. The anger burned fiercely. Powerful energy gathered in No 17's palm. He wanted to use the most powerful force to destroy Son Yuefei. There are too many loopholes. The energy condensed in No 17's hands is indeed quite terrifying, but Son Yuefei and Son Goku are different. They will not give their opponents any chance to turn the tables. He immediately saw the flaw in No 17's move. It took too long to prepare. Full of flaws. Swish. With a flash of his body, Son Yuefei appeared in front of number 17 and punched number 17 directly in the stomach. Ah! Number 17 groaned in pain, and the power gathered in his palm dissipated instantly. It was broken by Son Yuefei's punch. Do you still think you are the strongest man? With a sneer on his face, Son Yuefei slapped number 17 from the air to the ground. Number 17. Number 18 screamed, a flash of anger crossed his face, and he punched Son Yuefei, but Son Yuefei grabbed his fist and pulled him away. A great force surged, and number 18 was pulled into Son Yuefei's arms. A strong and powerful arm held her tightly, making it impossible for her to break free. Is this Son Yuefei's true strength? He has actually reached this level. Number 18 was shocked. They were afraid that the brother and sister would not be able to escape today. In fact, Son Yuefei was also feeling relieved. Fortunately, his choice was right. CDFH, he chose number 17 as his opponent to force himself to unleash the potential power in his body. He finally reached the full power state of the Super Evolution version. Next, all it takes is the right opportunity to break through the final bottleneck and enter the second stage of the Super Saiyan evolution. Son Yuefei, let me go. Otherwise, I will die with you. After struggling for a while and being unable to break free from Son Yuefei's restraints, number 18 became completely annoyed. A look of determination flashed in his eyes, and he wanted to detonate the bomb in his body. You want to detonate the bomb? Just as he was about to activate the bomb in his body, Son Yuefei's teasing voice rang out. Number 18 was stunned, and the power surging in his body stopped. How do you know? Don't worry about how I know it, I just know it. Son Yuefei let go of number 18, and watched her jump out of his arms with a wary look on her face. He smiled and said, actually, I just want to have a good fight with number 17. Goku should have the same idea. What do you mean? Number 18 narrowed his eyes. What I mean is that although you two are artificial humans, you are not vicious at heart, so there is no need for me to kill you. Son Yuefei said seriously, I think becoming a cyborg was not your original intention. It was Dr. Gero who forced you to be transformed. You should be very generous to him, right? If you had a choice, I think you would definitely prefer to be an ordinary woman, rather than a man-made person with great power but no freedom and torture. Kr. Number 18 was stunned. She didn't expect that the person who knew him best was the guy she was ordered to kill. Can Sun Wufi's eyes really see into people's hearts? Shut up. Don't try to confuse my sister. We are irreconcilable with you. Number 17 rushed into the sky from the ruins with a gloomy face looking at Sun Wukong and roared. Irreconcilable? How ridiculous. Is there any deep hatred between us? Anyway, we were created to kill you and Son Goku. Sun Wufi burst into laughter upon hearing this. After laughing for a while, there was suddenly a hint of contempt and disdain in his eyes when he looked at number 17. Number 17, I didn't expect you to listen to Dr. Gero so much and treat his orders as if they were imperial decrees. If that's the case, isn't it ridiculous that you keep saying you hate him? Number 17 was speechless and didn't know how to defend himself. Okay, let's stop here today. Although you are artificial humans, you are also victims and have done nothing evil. There is no need for me to kill you. Sun Wufi waved his hand. Number 17, you are very talented. If you practice hard, you will definitely become stronger. I hope to have another good fight with you who has become stronger. Chapter 142. Another fight. Number 17 murmured Sun Wufi's words before he left, and suddenly a different light shone in his eyes. Okay. I will definitely become stronger, and then defeat you fair and square. Wait, Sun Wufi. Zidu, Universal Capsule Company. Vegeta, you're okay. Sun Wufi saw Vegeta coming out of the gravity room and greeted him with a embarrassed hand. Snort. Vegeta snorted in dissatisfaction. Who asked you to save me? You have the ability to defeat the androids, but you let them go. Vegeta's forehead was bulging with a vein. Have you become as soft-hearted as Kakarot? Being merciful? That's not the case. Sun Wufi chuckled nonchalantly and said, I just think that number 17 and number 18 are not bad people. We can't kill them just because they are androids. Not bad guys? Have you forgotten how ruthless they are? Vegeta gritted his teeth. Except for the time when he faced the brothers Son Goku and Son Goku, this was the first time he was beaten so badly. They were all beaten unconscious. We were the ones who attacked them first. Strictly speaking, they were just defending themselves. Son Goku said, and he nodded in agreement. Vegeta, don't be so excited. Isn't it good to have two such powerful opponents? As long as they don't do anything extreme. And I saw that number 17 was holding back when fighting you, and he didn't use his full strength. He didn't intend to kill you. You don't need to remind me. Vegeta interrupted Son Goku angrily. A hole. That a hole. How dare he look down on me, King Vegeta. I'm going to let him know that I'm the strongest scion. You too, just wait and see. Swish. Instant transmission was activated, and Vegeta disappeared. Is he going to challenge number 17 again? Son Goku was stunned and said with some concern. No. Vegeta may be proud, but he's not stupid. He knows the difference in strength and won't humiliate himself until he's absolutely sure. Sun Wufi shook his head and curled his lips. If I'm not mistaken, he should have gone to King Kai to continue his training. Then let's go too. Son Goku is ready to fight. No. It's time to spend time with your family. You should go dress shopping with Taisai. Don't forget, tonight is the Universal Capsule Company's joint meeting we all have to attend. That annual meeting is so boring. Can we not go? Son Goku's face turned bitter. No. Sun Wufi shook his head and refused. Goku, don't forget that this is what you promised Taisai. And Gohan also wants you to bring him to the annual meeting and show off in front of your friends, haha. But, Vegeta has gone to King Kai. Vegeta has already helped Cab buy the dress. Do you think everyone is as indifferent as you are? Stop talking nonsense and go find Tais. I should also go to accompany my Bulma that evening. The annual meeting of the Universal Capsule Company was very lively. The Gofi brothers and their family attended the meeting in their best clothes. As Gofi had said, Vegeta rushed back from King Kai's planet and accompanied Cab to attend the annual meeting. After the celebration and dancing, it is customary to hold a grand lottery. Fortunately, this year's grand prize fell on Sun Bula. Now, please invite our chairman and honorary chairman to present the award to Miss Sunbula. The chairman is naturally Bulma, and the honorary chairman is Sun Wufei. Sun Gofei, Sun Goku, and Vegeta all have jobs in the Universal Capsule Company. In fact, they don't have to do anything, they are just there in name only. The business of the Universal Capsule Company is all handled by Bulma, Tais, and Cab. Men are responsible for cultivation and protecting their families, while women are responsible for making money and supporting the family. They work together and each fulfills their responsibilities. That's great. Here's a special news. Kair City near Dongdo was attacked by an unknown creature. According to surviving eyewitnesses, the attacker was a monster covered with disgusting spots. It was like a human-shaped beetle with a long tail and spikes. Many citizens were eaten by it, and now the monster is still killing. Requesting the army for help. The party continued, the most exciting music was playing on the big screen, and the whole annual meeting was going well. Suddenly, a special news appeared on the screen, and then a strange figure appeared on the screen, accompanied by screams, and the whole face turned into a flower shape. That's Zilu. A gleam of light flashed in Sun Wufei's eyes, and the smile on his face disappeared instantly, and his expression became serious. That guy Zilu shows up again. Weird, future Trunks didn't show up, and the time machine shouldn't have been invented by future Bulma, so how did Zilu come about? Goku, Vegeta, let's go check it out. After calling Son Goku and Vegeta, Son Goku rushed out of the house first, took off into the air, and flew towards the eastern capital Kair City. Son Goku and Vegeta followed him. The people at the Universal Capsule Company were not at all surprised by the performance of Sun Wufei and his two companions. 00 Because the names of the brothers Son Goku and Sun Wufei have long spread throughout the world, everyone working at the Universal Capsule Company knows that their honorary chairman and honorary president are superheroes who have saved the world many times. With the help of the brothers Son Goku and Sun Wufei, there will definitely be no problem. At this time, in the Temple of Heaven. God, have you thought it over? Do you agree to merge with me? After the battle with Dr. Gero, Piccolo felt the insufficiency of his own strength and came to the Temple of the Gods, proposing the idea of reuniting with the gods. But the god was hesitant. He said he would think about it carefully, and Piccolo had no choice but to wait in the Temple of Heaven. The god's expression suddenly changed. He ran to the edge of the temple and looked down into the underworld, muttering, "What kind of monster is this? What monster? What did you see?" Piccolo was shocked. "Did you see something scarier than the android? Let's fuse. After we fuse, you will know everything I see," the god said in a deep voice with cold sweat on his forehead. "Hey! It's rare that a stubborn guy like you can actually think it through. I want to see what kind of monster can make you make such a change." Before Piccolo finished speaking, the god shouted loudly, and turned into a dazzling light that rushed into his body. Chapter 144. Hoo-hoo! The bright light dissipated, the gods disappeared, and only Piccolo was left. At this moment, Piccolo's aura was completely different from before. Fit. Mr. Popo stared at Piccolo blankly, with tears in his eyes. "I am not a god, nor am I Piccolo. I am just a Namek who can't remember his own name." Piccolo clasped his hands, muttered something to himself, then suddenly soared into the sky and flew towards the eastern capital Kair City. In the eastern capital, Kair City. Automotive. Zilu is devouring the humans in Kair City, constantly stabbing their bodies with his tail and sucking out their life essence. Clatter. Piccolo landed in front of Zilu. "Monster, stop it." Flying down from the Temple of Heaven, Piccolo arrived at the scene faster than Sun Wufei and the other two. He didn't know Zilu at all, because Sun Wufei thought that history had changed and Zilu would never appear in this world again, so he never told anyone about Zilu's existence. Zilu put down the empty clothes after consuming the life essence, and looked at Piccolo with greedy and evil eyes. "Who was it I thought it was? It turned out to be you, Piccolo the Demon King. Little Daimao." Piccolo was stunned. This guy actually knew him. But immediately, Piccolo sneered, "I'm sorry to inform you that you've got the wrong person. I'm not Piccolo Daimao. You said you are not Piccolo Daimao." Zilu was slightly stunned, then smiled, "It doesn't matter. No matter who you are, you have great power. As long as I absorb your life essence, I will probably be close to my complete form." "Complete form? What on earth are you?" Piccolo was shocked and asked loudly. He is a monster created by Dr. Gero's computer, the android Zillu. Before Zillu could answer, Son Goku's voice rang out first, and then Son Goku, and Vegeta fell from the sky. Wu Fei, you guys are here too. Piccolo glanced at Sun Wufei and said, it seems you know a lot about this monster. Of course. I just didn't expect that Zillu would still show up. Sun Wufei narrowed his eyes slightly, looked at Zillu, and said loudly, Zillu, did you come here in Trunks' time machine? How do you know? Zillu showed a look of shock on his face, looking at Sun Wufei and Son Goku with surprise in his eyes. There are two Son Goku. Which one of you is Son Goku? I am. Son Goku nodded, you know me. You are Son Goku, then who is he? He is my brother, Sun Wufei. Son Goku has a brother? That's strange, why is it never mentioned in the information? Zillu's words made Sun Wufei seem to understand a little bit. This Zillu came here from the future of the original Dragon Ball main universe in a time machine. So he is not aware of his own existence. In other words, he killed the future Trunks of the Dragon Ball main universe and then came here in a time machine. He is an artificial man created by Dr. Gero's computer. A long time ago, when Dr. Gero was developing artificial humans, he thought about collecting the cells of all martial arts masters and creating the strongest ultimate artificial human. However, the process was too complicated and time-consuming, so he gave up. But the computer didn't give up and continued its research in the secret laboratory underground. 24 years later, Zillu was finally born. However, at that time, Android 17 and 18 had already been eliminated by Trunks, so he killed Trunks, stole the time machine and came to this era, intending to absorb Android 17 and 18 to become the final complete body. Sun Wufei directly revealed all of Zillu's secrets. However, it also brought up a lot of questions. Who is Trunks? Well, if it weren't for me, Trunks would be Vegeta and Bulma's son. What? Vegeta's face changed when he heard this. K-Cell, don't talk nonsense. Bulma is your wife, and my wife is Cabe. But I do want to name the baby in her belly Trunks, but I just thought of it and haven't told anyone yet, and you know it. Well, if I hadn't shown up, Vegeta, your wife would indeed be Bulma. Sun Wufei scratched his head and simply said the biggest surprise. Anyway, Zillu would tell it if he didn't say it, and there was no need to hide it. Actually, I am not from this Dragon Ball world, but from another world. I traveled to this world by chance and became twin brothers with Goku. In the original world, I did not exist. I call that original world the Dragon Ball main universe. In that universe, Vegeta, you will be killed by Frieza, and so will Krillin, causing Goku to awaken into a Super Saiyan in endless rage, cripple Frieza, and then Shenron will revive you. 3 years later, when Frieza and his father invaded Earth, they were killed by Trunks from the future. Trunks gave Goku a special medicine to treat viral heart disease, allowing Goku to escape. Then the android Zillu also came from the future in a time machine, and the situation was probably similar to the present. What Son Wufei said was so shocking that not only Vegeta, but also Son Goku and Piccolo were confused. Son Goku, brother, are you saying that you didn't exist? What the hell is going on? That is to say, I didn't exist in the original Dragon Ball universe, but because of my appearance, the world has developed into what it is today. Son Wufei pointed at Zillu and said, this guy came from the future of the normal Dragon Ball main universe. I originally thought that history had changed and he would not appear again. I didn't expect that by some strange coincidence, he actually came to this Dragon Ball universe where I exist. Son Goku was still a little confused, but Piccolo and 3.1 Vegeta understood. No wonder you know everything. So what you said before was not the ability to predict the future, but you already knew how the story would develop, right? Piccolo said in a deep voice. After merging with the gods, his wisdom increased significantly and he was the first to understand. That's right. Sun Wufei nodded, so, our current world is just a parallel universe of the Dragon Ball main universe. Crack. Vegeta clenched his fists and snorted angrily, Castle. I don't care whether you are from the main universe or the parallel universe. To me, this world is the world I am familiar with. And you and Kakarot are both my goals to surpass. As for this artificial man Zillu, humph. I will use his life to wash away the shame of losing to No 17. Chapter 145. It seems that I have indeed come to a strange past. It is completely different from what is recorded in the data. But it doesn't matter, as long as I have number 17 and number 18 here, it will be fine. After absorbing them, I will become the strongest complete body. Zillow narrowed his eyes, and a greedy grin appeared on his ugly face. It's a waste of time to absorb the life essence of these ordinary people. I might as well absorb yours directly. As long as I eat you, I will be close to my complete form. Eat us. Sun Wufei laughed. Zillow, you are so naive. I know your background very well. Do you really think I will appear in front of you without any preparation? What? Zillow was startled. Looking at Sun Wufei, a person who did not exist in the information, a sense of foreboding suddenly came to his mind. What do you mean? What I mean is, this is not the past you are familiar with. Everyone here is much more powerful than you. Including number 1237 and number 18, the ones you want to absorb. Sun Wufei laughed evilly. I'm not afraid to tell you that no 17's strength is no less than your perfect form. It's wishful thinking for you to absorb him. What? Impossible. Zillow showed a look of disbelief on his face and snorted angrily, humph. Don't try to deceive me. Are you afraid that I will do something to you? Don't be naive. Since you have come to my door obediently today, no one can escape. Run. Sun Wufei sneered disdainfully. Summer insects can't talk about ice, there's no need to waste time talking to this guy. Since he has come to this world, then he has a bad fate. Leave this bragging fellow to me, I will make him regret coming into this world. Vegeta walked forward with a sly smile. No one of you is allowed to snatch it from me, or I will never forgive you. Okay, I have no objection. Sun Wufei shrugged and stepped aside. This guy doesn't look very strong. I'll give it to you if you want it. Son Goku wasn't interested either. After all, Zillow's energy was much weaker than his. There really wasn't much desire for him. I can give it to you, but you have to promise to kill him. Don't let me look down on you, Vegeta. Piccolo snorted and retreated into the distance. But vaguely, the three of them formed a triangle, blocking all directions. Because Sun Wufei has already sent them a message, they must not let Zillow escape, otherwise there will be endless troubles. Vegeta? You are very brave, but you have chosen the wrong target. My strength is far beyond your imagination. Zillow looked at Vegeta, full of confidence. Even if you become a Super Saiyan, it's still the same. My power is more than that of a Super Saiyan. Really? Vegeta smiled. In order to reach the full power state of Super Saiyan as quickly as possible, he had been maintaining the form of Super Saiyan as Sun Wufei had said, and then he concentrated the energy in his body as much as possible and remained calm. Now it seems that this monster named Zillow is completely unaware of his terrifying power. This guy is just the right thing to use to cool down. D06. Golden flames suddenly surged out from his body, and at the same time, they spread out in a ring shape along with powerful energy. Vegeta, at this moment, directly used all his strength. Moreover, its strength is obviously much stronger than when it fought with number 17. It seems that Scion's special physique has played a role again. Otherwise, no matter how talented Vegeta is, it is impossible for him to make such great progress in such a short time. Vegeta didn't intend to leave Zillow alive at all. Sun Wufei smiled. Vegeta's current state had completely reached the full power of Super Saiyan. He used all his strength right from the start, intending to slaughter Zillow without any chance of resistance. This guy's fighting style is still as decisive as ever. What? What kind of power is this? Zillow's face changed. He had just woken up from 3 years of hibernation underground and had not absorbed much life essence at all, so his strength was not that strong. He is now even worse than number 17 and number 18 in the main Dragon Ball universe. How can he be a match for Vegeta? The energy gushing out of Vegeta at this moment is already stronger than the perfect form of Celestial in the main Dragon Ball universe. Die, monster! Vegeta shouted loudly and moved. He rushed forward suddenly, and rushed in front of Zillow at a speed that Zillow could hardly detect, and punched him directly. Boom! Zillow didn't even have time to react when he was hit hard on the face. Saliva mixed with blood spurted out of his mouth, and Zillow was thrown out like a cannonball. Before he landed on the ground, Vegeta had already caught up and kicked Zillow high into the air. The next moment, he followed closely and kicked Zillow hard on the back again. Without waiting for the other party to fly out, he grabbed its tail and pulled it back like a leather rope. Punch out and then pull back. Punch out again, then pull back. Repeat this process. Zillow became a sandbag that he couldn't break free from, and was beaten by Vegeta. There were cracks all over his body, and the blood couldn't be stopped from spilling out. Vegeta is very irritable. Son Goku grimaced. Losing to number 17 seemed to be a huge blow to Vegeta. He was filled with resentment and took it out on Zillow. It was also Zillow's bad luck that he came to the world where Son Goku lived, and met Vegeta, who was very angry, and he shamelessly started to provoke him. If he doesn't die, who will? Ime Tofu, let's mourn for you for 3 seconds, and have a good time. Ah! Perhaps he had fought enough, or perhaps he had lost interest in Zillow, who was already dying and had no ability to resist, so Vegeta swung his left hand that was holding Zillow's tail and threw Zillow into the sky, then put his right index and middle fingers together and pointed them at Zillow. A strange invisible force hit Zillow and quickly expanded in his body. Call! With a loud bang, Zillow exploded and turned into ashes all over the sky. Tisk! Dirty fireworks! Vegeta spat in disgust, but the gloomy look on his face had disappeared. After beating up Zillow severely, he felt much better, and he found that he had actually reached the full power state of Super Saiyan. If he meets Android 17 again, he will definitely not lose. Okay, he's just a small character, just kill him, let's go. Son Goku said. Zillow, who originally brought a huge crisis to the Dragon Ball world, was easily killed. Sun Wufei couldn't help but sigh in his heart. History seems to be very different now. Chapter 146. Brother, we need to use Dragon Ball to revive those who were killed by the monster Sill. And the people who were killed by Dr. Gero before. Back at the Universal Capsule Company, Son Goku said to Sun Wufei. Sun Wufei slapped his head and said, Really? I almost forgot about this. He looked at Piccolo and said, Piccolo, you should have merged with the god into one person again, right? Piccolo nodded. Piccolo and the gods merged. Son Goku seemed to have just realized it. It's true, Piccolo, your energy has become much stronger. That's amazing. Stupid guy. Vegeta snorted. Piccolo, after the gods merged with you, Dragon Ball should have turned into stone, right? What? The Dragon Ball turned into stone. Not only Son Goku was surprised, but also Vegeta and Krillin were stunned. Without Dragon Ball, how can those killed by the androids be resurrected? If someone dies in the future, there will be no way to revive them by making a wish to Shenron. Foolish fellow! Do you need your strength now? With us Scions here, your strength as a Namek is totally unnecessary. Vegeta jumped up, looking excited. You actually lost the Dragon Ball for such a small amount of power. What an idiot! Who are you calling an idiot? Vegeta, dare you to come out and fight with me? Piccolo was annoyed. It was because of the huge pressure of the power gap that he went to find the god to merge with him. And it was because of the appearance of Zillow that the god was forced to agree to merge with him again under pressure. Now that Vegeta said this, it was tantamount to humiliating both him and the gods. It's a wonder he could bear it. What's more, Piccolo is confident that his power is no weaker than Vegeta's now. A fight? Just you. Vegeta sneered disdainfully. Well, I'll let you open your eyes and see what an absolute power gap is. Ants should have the consciousness of ants, stay aside and wait to be protected, and don't always jump out to make trouble. The situation is tense. Piccolo and Vegeta are at loggerheads at this moment. I say, Piccolo, Vegeta, can you please stop being so serious? We are all family. Before Krillin could finish his words of persuasion, Vegeta and Piccolo had already soared into the sky and disappeared into the Sky Minister. Fighting and killing are not good. Well, no one cares about what I say. Krillin lowered his head in disappointment. Okay, Krillin, if they want to fight, let them do it. They will just get hurt, but they won't die. Just eat some senzu beans and that'll be it. Sun Wufei patted Krillin's shoulder and consoled him. If you could persuade them with just a few words, they wouldn't be Piccolo and Vegeta. That's true. Krillin laughed when he heard that. Not to mention him, even if Sun Wufei spoke up, he might not be able to persuade these two angry guys. Let them be, just treat it as a competition. But boss, what about Dragon Ball? Without Dragon Ball, the dead people really can't be resurrected. Krillin scratched his head. Don't worry, my brother must have thought of a solution a long time ago. Before Sun Wufei could say anything, Son Goku had already started grinning. He knew Sun Wufei too well. If there was really no way to remedy the situation, Sun Wufei would never be so calm. And Son Goku felt that Sun Wufei's thoughts were probably the same as his. Goku, you thought of that too, didn't you? Sun Wufei also knew Son Goku very well. Hearing this, he smiled and said, "Okay, I'll leave the task of going to Namek to find Dende to you. Krillin and I will go find the time machine." "Is the time machine what that monster Zilla rode?" Son Goku touched his nose. "Brother, what do you want a time machine for? I have my own plans." "Come on Goku, just go." Son Goku shrugged. The reason he wanted a time machine was, of course, to go to the main Dragon Ball universe. Because of his appearance, the historical development of this Dragon Ball world has changed, and the future will definitely not be the same as before, and there will be major deviations. But this Dragon Ball world is just a parallel universe, not the main Dragon Ball universe. The main Dragon Ball universe will definitely continue to develop according to its original development process. If one day you get tired of staying in this world, you can use a time machine to go to the Dragon Ball main universe. Maybe, you can meet more and stronger opponents and reach a higher level? Son Goku used instant transmission to go to Namek, and successfully convinced Dende to bring him to Earth to become the new god. Dende's ability in making Dragon Ball is much stronger than the original god. In fact, because of the appearance of Son Goku, Dende's potential has been further developed, and the power of the Shenron summoned by the Dragon Ball he made is no weaker than the Shenron Porunga of Namek Heart. It can also fulfill 3 wishes and revive those who have been resurrected. And there is no limit on the number of people. From this point of view, it can be said that he is even more powerful than Shenron Porunga of Namek Heart. Sun Wufei and Krillin also found a rusty time machine in the mountains of the northwest, brought it back to the Universal Capsule Company, and gave it to Bulma. Sun Wufei also told Bulma that he did not originally belong to this world. After so many years in this world, Son Goku has completely integrated into the Dragon Ball world, and his relatives and friends have become accustomed to his existence. Even if he told the truth, everyone would only be a little surprised, and then quickly feel fortunate to have him in their lives. Especially Krillin and Bulma. "Boss, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be as strong as I am now, nor would I be as happy as I am now. I am very lucky, luckier than those in other worlds," Krillin said. Bulma's words were even more direct. "I don't care what world you come from, or what the Dragon Ball main universe is like. I only know that here, you are my husband, and we have a lovely daughter, Bra. As for Vegeta, he already has K-Bele, and his baby will be born soon. I think he cares less about the Dragon Ball main universe than I do." Sun Wufei laughed when he heard this. "Also Yi. No matter what the other Dragon Ball universes are like, in this world, he is real, and the bonds between him and his friends and family are real. Who cares about other universes? By the way, Wufei, you said this was made by me in another time and space? It's such a complicated structure, I can't even understand it. Was I really such a genius in that time and space?" Bulma showed great interest in the time machine. Chapter 147. Although she was interested, the structure of the time machine was too complicated. Bulma was not at the level of the Dragon Ball world in another time and space, so she couldn't understand it at all. "There are many things I don't understand. Don't worry, let me think about it." Sun Wufei got into the rusty time machine and started to explore. Suddenly, his palm touched a switch, opening a secret compartment, and a notebook fell out. Sun Wufei's eyes lit up. "This is it." When I opened it, I found that it was indeed the design notebook of the time machine. Wow! Bulma's eyes were instantly filled with hearts, and she happily hugged Sun Wufei and gave him a big kiss. "Hubby, you are so awesome. How did you know this thing was in the time machine?" "Well, I'm not sure about this either. I'm just trying my luck and looking for it." "Hee hee." Sun Wufei laughed and said that he was indeed standing in the clouds. "I didn't expect to find the design booklet notes." With the handwriting on the design album of the time machine, Bulma felt much more relaxed. It didn't take long for her to understand the principle and successfully repair the time machine. "It's no problem to make one more." Sun Wufei continued to practice with satisfaction. As a time traveler who already knew that Super Saiyan was not the end, Sun Wufei certainly would not waste his time. After this Super Saiyan, there are Super Saiyan level 2 and Super Saiyan level 3. Further down the line, there are Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan God. I just don't know how the Dragon Ball world will develop in the future. But there is one thing Sun Wufei can be sure of, these are definitely not the limits of Saiyan's transformation. Therefore, you must improve your strength as quickly as possible. Only when you become stronger can you better protect your family and friends, and be able to deal with any powerful enemy that appears. As Sun Wufei said before, Android 17 and 18 did not cause any trouble. Since the last battle, number 17 separated from number 18 and went to practice alone, saying that he wanted to cultivate enough strength and then come back to defeat Sun Wufei. And number 18 came directly to the door. It's all because of you that number 17 left without saying goodbye. Give me back my brother. Faced with no 18's request, Sun Wufei was speechless. This is simply nonsense. The legs are on number 17, what does it have to do with me if he leaves? You, as his sister, didn't stop him, so how can I stop him? Sun Wufei scratched his head, goodbye, besides, you androids don't have chi at all, and I can't find the whereabouts of No 17. Then I don't care. It was your words that caused number 17 to run away. And, you treated me like that before, you have to take responsibility. Responsible? Sun Wufei looked weird. How could such words come out of No 18's mouth? Is this girl crazy? Didn't I just hug him during the last fight? No flesh was lost, so why are you being held responsible? This woman has such a strange mind. How do you expect me to be responsible? I have a wife and daughter. Bah! What are you thinking? I mean I want to stay here until number 17 comes to see you, so that I can see him first. Number 18 rolled his eyes at Sun Wufei. You should have said it earlier. I was so happy for nothing. Sun Wufei muttered in disappointment. What did you say? Nothing. If you want to stay, just stay. Anyway, there are enough rooms in the house. One more person won't make much difference, and one less person won't make much difference either. In this way, number 18 settled down in Bulma's house at the Universal Capsule Company. She would hang around Sun Wufei whenever she had time, under the pretext of keeping a close eye on him, in case he ran away and no one returned her brother. But that look clearly meant one thing. Seduction. This is naked seduction. Should I go up? Or should I go up? Or should I go up? Sun Wufei is not a saint, so of course he would have all kinds of thoughts when faced with number 18 throwing himself into his arms. But he felt very strange. What on earth did number 18 see in him? Could it be because we hugged each other for that short while? Exe. Shenron, my third wish is to remove the bombs in number 17 and number 18. Although we can't turn them back to normal, at least they won't have to live in fear in the future. Sun Gofei recalled that after the Dragon Ball was upgraded in Dende's hands, when they wished to revive the people killed by the androids, because they had 3 wishes, he took it upon himself to remove the bombs in number 17 and No 18's bodies. Is it because of this? Did number 18 hear it from the sidelines? Very likely. After all, androids don't have chi, so if number 18 is really hiding in the corner, I really can't find him. Wait, it seems that in the main Dragon Ball universe, number 18 eventually fell in love with Krillin because Krillin selflessly helped her remove the bomb in her body, and she heard it. Unexpectedly, this situation happened to me this time. To be honest, Sun Wufei really had one wish left at that time, so he dismantled the bomb on a whim and had no other thoughts. Is this an accidental act? Normal men are all lustful, but Sun Wufei is a man who couldn't be more normal. It would be a lie to say that Sun Wufei wasn't moved by number 18, such a beautiful top beauty. He just didn't want to make Bulma sad, nor did he want to disappoint his daughter Sun Bula. So I kept pretending not to know. Honey, I heard from number 18, why don't you take her in? These words came out of Bulma's mouth. Bulma, did you take the wrong medicine? Sun Wufei thought he had heard it wrong, until Bulma said it again, he was finally sure. Bulma actually asked him to marry number 18, and she agreed to accept number 18. What is going on? In Sun Wufei's impression, Bulma has always been very serious about love, and what she hates most is philandering men. How could she be willing to share herself with number 18? Why? You still don't want to? Bulma glared at Sun Wufei. In fact, I have already seen that you are also interested in number 18, but you have been rejecting her because of my face. You knew that, but you still brought it up. Sun Yufei was even more confused. That's because number 18 is determined to marry you. Bulma rolled her eyes in annoyance. If I insist on not agreeing, and she gets angry and embarrassed, I won't be able to beat her. Just for this. Sun Yufei was dumbfounded. This reason was so novel. Of course not entirely. The key point is that I have a good impression of number 18 and we can get along well. I think it's a bargain for you. But you have to remember. There can only be two of us, no more. Otherwise, I will. Bulma made a click gesture. Chapter 148. In this way, Sun Yufei and number 18 also held their wedding. It was just a small wedding, attended only by close friends and relatives. Everyone found it incredible that Bulma agreed to share a husband with number 18, especially since the man was number 18. Boss, isn't number 18 an artificial human? Can she get married? Krillin approached Sun Yufei and asked in a low voice. Why not? In the main Dragon Ball universe, she is your wife and gave birth to Marin for you. Sun Yufei grinned. Krillin shuddered when he heard it, and quickly turned back to look at Lan Chi. Fortunately, Lan Chi didn't hear it, otherwise she would turn into a violent blonde and go crazy. It would be a headache for me. Bulma, do you want to be your brother's wife together with number 18? Son Goku asked Bulma with an innocent look on his face. Why, Goku, you want to try to find another one too? How about I keep an eye out for you? Bulma raised her eyebrows and a sly smile appeared on her face. No need, no need. Apart from ties, I have no interest in other women. Son Goku suddenly felt two cold lights shooting from behind him. He knew without turning his head that it was Taisai who was staring at him. I quickly waved my hands to refuse. If I dare to agree to this, I will have no desire to live. Number 18 married Sun Yufei with the consent of Bulma. Even Sun Bula had no objection. Although others found it a little unbelievable, they could only give their blessings. Of course, maybe there is still some envy. After all, in terms of appearance, number 18 is even slightly better than Bulma. Only Vegeta looked unhappy. Castle, if you marry number 18, number 17 will become your brother-in-law. When I duel with him, will you stand on his side? How is that possible, Vegeta? You're overthinking it. Sun Yufei waved his hands repeatedly. You are still my cousin's husband. Our friendship is much deeper than that of no 17. I won't get involved in what happened between you and number 17. If he shows up, go ahead and settle the score with him. Sun Yufei also had some resentment towards number 17. This guy didn't even come to attend his own sister's wedding. How abominable. Someone seemed to have forgotten that this was just a small-scale wedding and it wasn't publicized at all. Life returned to normal, but Sun Yufei, Son Goku, Vegeta and Son Gohan still went to King Kai Star to practice regularly every day. Sun Yufei even moved a gravity room to King Kai's planet. In addition to training in the gravity room, Son Goku practiced against Son Goku, and Vegeta practiced against Son Gohan. At the beginning, Son Gohan was far behind Vegeta, and Vegeta had to hide his strength before they could spar. But as Son Gohan also reached the full power state of Super Saiyan, Vegeta had to bring out all of his hidden strength. Gohan, this brat! The initial potential of the offspring of Saiyans and Earthlings will be greatly increased, which shocked Vegeta. When he was at Son Gohan's age, his fighting ability was far from comparable to Son Gohan's. Moreover, Son Gohan actually seemed to be trying to catch up with him. Damn it! If a little brat gets ahead of me, how can I, King Vegeta, still have the dignity to live? Vegeta's training became more and more diligent. Son Goku and Sun Yufei also did not relax their training. Half a year later, when Vegeta's son Trunks was born, they broke through to the second level of Super Saiyan. It is still the second stage of the Super Evolution version. Vegeta and Son Gohan were not far behind, having also reached the second level of Super Saiyan 2 months later. Not long after this, number 17 finally appeared. Number 17. Where have you been all these years? Seeing number 17 suddenly appear in front of him, number 18 was very excited and went up to him and grabbed his ear. Sister, someone is watching us. Number 17 looked embarrassed. Just look, what are you afraid of? He's your brother-in-law. Number 18, changed his usual gentle look and appeared very tough. Brother-in-law? Sister, you and him, doesn't he have a wife? Number 17 was surprised. He didn't know that Sun Yufei and number 18 were married. So what? He can just marry too. Number 18 looked indifferent, and then resumed his tough look. Tell me the truth, where have you been these past 2 years? Number 17 laughed, I went to practice everywhere. Now, I am much stronger than before. Sun Yufei, I want to challenge you again and fight you to the death. Ouch! Before she could finish her words, number 18 hit her on the head with a slap. Duel, you big-headed ghost. That's your brother-in-law, do you want me to be a widow, request flowers? Sun Yufei was speechless. Why did no 18's words sound so unkind? It sounds like he is worse than number 17. Number 18, number 17 wants to fight, just let me fight him. Don't worry, I will definitely not kill him. You too. Number 18 was speechless. Sun Yufei and number 17 were really warlike maniacs. What was there to fight about? Let's fight somewhere else. We can't move freely here. As Sun Yufei spoke, he soared into the air, surrounded by golden flames, and flew towards the distant suburbs. It's the same everywhere. I'm going to defeat you this time. Zero with a cold snort, number 7 followed Sun Wukong and flew towards the suburbs. The two stopped in a mountainous area hundreds of miles away from Zidu. Come on, number 17, let me see how much you have improved in the past 2 years. Sun Yufei still maintains the full power state of the Super Evolution version. He has not seen the strength of number 17 yet, so there is no need to upgrade to the second stage of the Super Evolution version now. Boom! The two men rushed towards each other, collided fiercely, and started a fierce confrontation. Whoosh! Sun Yufei blocked several swift attacks from number 17, and then counterattacked, pushing number 17 back more than 10 meters. Very good, number 17, you can improve so quickly. Sun Yufei looked at number 17 with admiration. You haven't shown your true strength yet, have you? Stop hiding it, use it all. You want me to use all my strength? Humph! My full strength is too strong. If I accidentally kill you, my sister will definitely be mad at me. Number 17 snorted coldly, as arrogant as ever. Don't worry, you don't have the ability to kill me. Just use your strength, otherwise you will be defeated miserably. Sun Yufei was so proud that the terrifying power of the second stage of the Super Evolution could be compared to that of the third stage of an ordinary Super Saiyan. No matter how much hidden power number 17 had, he could never be compared to him. But number 17 is his brother-in-law after all, so defeating him is enough. He has to give him some face. Arrogant BD. You will regret this, take this, God. Chapter 149. A huge energy wave suddenly burst out from No 17's body, and a light red flame spread out from his body. What a strong energy fluctuation! Sun Yufei's eyes narrowed. Artificial humans have no air, but their energy is real. At this moment, the energy fluctuations of number 17 have exceeded the full power state of Super Saiyan, and are no worse than the perfect form of Sil in the main Dragon Ball universe, and are even stronger. This guy has really been practicing hard in the past 2 years. That BD Zillu is destined to never have the pleasure of devouring number 17 in this world. Even if we didn't kill him at that time, I guess he would have been killed by number 17, right? Hey! Sun Yufei smiled secretly in his heart, and with a thought, he activated the second stage of Super Saiyan. Sun Yufei and Son Goku both have their own legendary Super Evolution forms, but that doesn't mean they can't transform into ordinary Super Saiyan forms. On the contrary, they can transform into the first and second stages of ordinary Super Saiyan, and can also go a step further and transform into the Super Evolution version. Hey? You look different. Seeing that only a strand of Sun Yufei's bangs were hanging down and the rest were all sticking up high, and there were also traces of lightning in the golden flames around his body, there was a strong sense of oppression, and number 17 immediately became alert. Saiyan's transformation would never happen without reason. Although number 17 could not control Qi, his hard training over the past 2 years had enabled him to learn to sense Qi. In other words, others cannot sense his Qi, but he can sense the Qi of others. The energy emanating from Sun Yufei's body at this moment was much stronger than before, and it was condensed without dispersing, without any waste. This guy has become more stubborn. Humph! I won't lose. Ah hey! With a loud shout, number 17 rushed towards Sun Yufei and hit Sun Yufei's face with his fist wrapped in light red flames. Bang! Sun Yufei raised his left hand to block it. No 17's right knee also hit forward hard, but was blocked by the other hand. Snort! Number 17 turned around and did a side kick, but Sun Yufei hit him with his right elbow. Call! In the heavy collision, both of them retreated at the same time. But the next moment, he quickly rushed towards the opponent and continued to fight quickly. Not bad. Really not bad. Number 17, you've become much stronger. This is more interesting. Haha, come again. Sun Yufei became excited. He felt Sion's warlike blood boiling in his body, making him want to roar to the sky, and his attacks became more and more fierce. A hole. This guy. Number 17 gritted his teeth, responded with all his strength, and engaged in a fierce attack and defense with Sun Yufei. Among the Universal Capsule Company. What? The guy number 17 showed up. Vegeta heard the news and went straight to number 18, when did he show up? Where is he? He and Wu Fei left, saying they were looking for a place to compete. Number 18 said without hesitation. She knew that Vegeta and number 18 didn't get along, and he had been holding back for the past 2 years wanting to have another fight with number 18. She also wanted Vegeta to intervene. Sun Yufei and number 17, one is her man and the other is her younger brother. If the two continue to fight so fiercely, it will be difficult for her to do anything if one of them gets hurt. Is she helping her husband or her brother? It's different if it's Vegeta. No matter what the result is, he can stand by his brother without hesitation. Vegeta raised his head and looked towards the north. There was a huge energy fluctuation in that direction, and there was a powerful aura that he was very familiar with, the aura of Sun Gofei. No wonder Cassell's energy suddenly increased. It turns out he is fighting with 17. Vegeta gritted his teeth, and suddenly a golden aura rose from his body. He growled, "This BD. He went to fight without informing me. Damn it." Buzz. Vegeta's figure soared into the sky, and spider web-like cracks appeared on the ground where he had just stood. He rushed towards the battlefield of Sun Gofei and number 17 at an extremely fast speed. Vegeta has damaged the floor again. I must have a serious talk with Cab later. Bulma looked at the cracked floor, rubbed her forehead speechlessly, and called the repairman. In the air above a mountain battlefield hundreds of miles away from Zidu. Call. Number 17 was knocked back by a shock wave, and his clothes were torn. He roared and pushed the shock wave away, blowing up a mountain in the distance. Hey hey! Sun Yufei touched his nose and said, "How's it going, number 17? My move is pretty good, isn't it? It seems like your attack has no effect on me." Snort! Number 17's face was gloomy. He snorted coldly, and suddenly 1 became 2, 2 became 4, and directly there were 4 number 17's. These 4 no 17's are exactly the same as the original number 17 in both appearance and strength. 4-body fist. Sun Yufei's eyes flashed with surprise. This 4-body fist was a move of Tian Xinyan, and number 17 actually learned it. Moreover, there is a big flaw when Tian Xinyan uses this move. After the body is divided into 4, the speed and strength will be reduced to 1/4 of the original. If it is seen through, it will be easily defeated. However, no 17's 4-body fist at this moment has no such flaws at all. The speed, strength and destructive power of any number 17 are no different from the original number 17. It is equivalent to increasing the strength several times in one go. Great guy! But this is what makes it fun. The golden aura on his body was suddenly retracted into his body, and Sun Yufei rushed towards one of the no 17's and attacked with a heavy punch. The other 3 no 17's immediately launched a gas bomb attack on Sun Yufei. Hey! You came just in time. Seeing 3 energy bomb shock waves coming towards him from 3 directions, Sun Yufei curled his lips into a wicked smile. Just as 5.0 was about to be hit, he suddenly disappeared. What? Number 17, who was fighting fiercely with Sun Yufei, was startled and had no time to dodge, and was hit by 3 shock waves in succession. Call! 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 Sun Yufei appeared behind the other 3 no 17's, and took advantage of the gap when the 3 released shock waves to attack them fiercely, hitting them with heavy punches and kicks, knocking them directly from midair to the ground. A hole. Another number 17 was hit by 3 shock waves and was covered in dust. He had just dispersed the smoke and dust when he was hit hard on the back. It also fell from the sky to the ground, hitting the 3 no-17s that had fallen just before. 3 of the 4 no-17s disappeared and turned into 1 again. 4-body fist, broken. Chapter 150. This 4-body fist is pretty good. It's rare that you can use this boxing technique to such an extent. Sun Wufei stood in the air, looking down at number 17, but this move has a disadvantage. Your 4 clones are all controlled by yourself. If you can't control them with your full concentration, there will inevitably be some pauses between the movements, hehe. Sun Wufei just seized the flaw of number 17 and broke the 4-body fist in an instant. This BD has such a vicious eye. Number 17 gritted his teeth. He certainly knew the flaws of his 4-body fist, but it was not that easy to distract and control any part of it. His strength is very strong, but when it comes to martial arts skills, I'm afraid even Jiaozi is far inferior to him, let alone others. The ability to control distraction is an advanced ability in martial arts training. Number 17 is an artificial human, and his progress in this area is extremely slow. However, the 4-body fist has flaws, and not everyone can see them. Even if they can, it is not certain that they can be broken, otherwise number 17 would not have spent the effort to practice it. But unexpectedly, it was still broken by Sun Wufei, and it was easily broken during the battle. This guy is a pervert. Sun Wufei 23, don't be so proud, I haven't lost yet. With a loud roar, number 17 rushed towards Sun Wufei again. Sun Wufei was about to fight back when his expression suddenly changed and his eyes suddenly glanced to the left. Swish! A figure suddenly appeared in front of Sun Wufei and knocked number 17 back to the ground with a punch. It's Vegeta. At this moment, Vegeta's body was filled with golden flames and lightning. He had turned into the second stage of Super Saiyan. He stared coldly at number 17, his fighting spirit boiling. Number 17, you finally showed up. I've been waiting for this day for 2 full years. Come on, fight me again. This time, I will definitely take back all the dignity I lost last time from you. Vegeta. A flash of shock flashed across No 17's eyes. Vegeta's aura at this moment was extremely powerful, even slightly stronger than that of Sun Gofei. How on earth has this guy been practicing for the past 2 years? Vegeta, this is my battle. It's inappropriate for you to butt in at this time, isn't it? Sun Wufei frowned in dissatisfaction. Vegeta was clearly trying to snatch the battle away from him. Is there any first come first served order? How dare you say that? Vegeta turned around, glared at Sun Gofei, and yelled, we agreed that after number 17 showed up, I would have another fight with him, but you actually secretly came here to fight with him. Who is the one who is unsuitable? The spit was almost spraying on Sun Wufei's face. Did I say that? Sun Wufei was stunned. Of course I did. Vegeta looked vicious. Tis. Sun Wufei scratched his head, I don't remember. Seeing that Vegeta was about to lose his temper, Sun Wufei quickly waved his hands, okay, okay, okay. I'm just giving him to you. I get it. With a sigh, Sun Wufei flew to the side, giving up the battlefield, secretly feeling it was a pity. How come Vegeta came so fast? He also wanted to compete with number 17 to establish his brother-in-law's prestige. Forget it. The fight just now should have made number 17 realize that he is not someone to be trifled with. Let Vegeta handle the rest. If Vegeta is not allowed to go, this guy will definitely turn hostile. After all, he was a man who had been holding it in for 2 years. Fear. Humph. Take it. Vegeta looked at number 17, snorted coldly, and launched an attack directly. With a dazzling golden aura all around him, he slapped number 17 in the air. Number 17 was suddenly startled and jumped up high. Boom! A violent explosion erupted on the ground, and the figure of number 17 rushed out from the fireworks. Ha! Before he could steady himself in the air, Vegeta rushed up and hit number 17 hard with his elbow. Number 17 was hit and thrown out, but soon disappeared in a flash. Vegeta saw this and disappeared as well. Whoosh whoosh! Heavy muffled sounds accompanied by violent power fluctuations appeared everywhere in the air. Sun Wufei was floating in the distance, his eyes constantly moving around, and his eyes showed an eagerness to try. Vegeta is truly a genius. He has developed the power of Super Saiyan 2 to such an extent. Sun Gofei was secretly amazed in his heart. In some ways, Vegeta was indeed a genius warrior of the Saiyan clan. In terms of developing the ability of his current transformed state, he could not compare to him, and neither could Son Goku. It's a pity that his speed of breaking through the current realm is not as fast as his two brothers, and the number of transformation states is far behind. Otherwise, it would be hard to say who is stronger and who is weaker. The battle continued, but Goku could see that Vegeta had the upper hand. He hit number 17 far more times than number 17 hit him. Although the energy of the androids is unlimited and they will not consume their energy due to fighting, they can still be injured. No 17's injury is obviously much more serious than Vegeta's. There's no suspense in this battle. Vegeta wins. Sun Wufei touched his nose. This guy has fulfilled the oath he made 2 years ago. I'm afraid he will shift his target to me and Goku again next. With a shudder all over, Sun Wufei focused his attention on number 17 again. The outcome of the battle has been determined, but Sun Goku still has things to do. He has to save number 17 from Vegeta. Vegeta, this guy, never knows what it means to show mercy. Once he attacks, he will definitely go all out and fight to the death. Not to mention that 2 years ago he was beaten severely by number 17 and fell into a coma, which greatly hurt his self-esteem. This anger cannot be eliminated by simply beating up number 17. Sun Wufei is almost certain that Vegeta will kill him. If this happened in the past, it would be fine. Whether number 17 lives or dies has nothing to do with Sun Wufei. Anyway, he couldn't say he liked number 17, nor did he hate him. But now it's different. Number 18 married him, so he was no 17's brother-in-law. How could I watch my brother-in-law being killed right under my nose? If number 18 knew about this, he would make a scene. No matter what, we must save no 17's life. The battle was finally coming to an end. No 17's injuries became more and more serious, and he finally couldn't hold on any longer. The ultimate flash. After several attacks, number 17 was sent flying into the air. Vegeta gathered a very powerful shock-wave ball in his hands. A trace of golden lightning quickly flashed around the ball of light. Attacked number 17 hard. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you're notified of future uploads. You can find the next parts in the playlist visible on the screen or on my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.